my favorite transition. Hey, Kelly, how everybody? I love that transition so much.
Uncle Phil. Good goat.
Uncle Phil! How y'all doing, everybody? Welcome to the part 2 of us judging Medabot designs featuring your favorite mechanic, Bolts. You want to introduce yourself for any potential people, any potential new people that don't know about you?
Oh, I hope I'm people's favorite mechanic. Hello everybody, I'm Bolts the Mechanic. I'm a retro mechanic VTuber, heavily inspired by some of mine and maybe some of your favorite video game franchises of all time, Ratchet & Clank, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, etc. I do a bunch of retro variety and nostalgic themed content, from reaction videos to fun fact videos to let's plays of old games, sometimes on original hardware if things don't break in front of me because scuff. I also do a little bit of voice acting and some impressions for like some safe work and not safe work stuff. And yeah, happy to be here. This is, I guess, technically my final collab of the year. So what better thing to talk about than robots?
Honestly,
one of my favorite robots.
Real. Holy shit. Yeah, and I'm so honored to be your final collab of the year. Oh my god, it is such an honor.
Yep, totally didn't happen because we both fucked up and missed the initial.
We both forgot the collab. We were hit by time blindness, and we were like, oh my god, the collab was supposed to be today. Both of us. The ADHD is strong here. Like, when you combine one ADHD with the other ADHD, you have ADHD squared.
It's like we both, it's like we were both parents that forgot to take ownership of the one brain cell that we share between us.
Oh my gosh.
It just did not work out. It's because, like, just a lot of stuff was going on and we either forgot or just badly put in the time, because time zones are fun.
And especially when you have a sleep disorder, it's even better. Callie, how Massive Legend? Let me just hide this real quick because I forgot to post on Blue Sky.
No
so
problem.
I'm like really dark right now.
All good. I'm just glad we can make this work, because I knew that our schedules really don't sync up because of that, because of the time zone and sleep schedule. But it's like, wait, I'm on break. I'm on winter break. I can stay up, or at least sleep in the next day. So it all works out okay. So I'm glad that we were able to fit this in, because we had a lot to say last time, and I think we overestimated how much we would cover in our time. So I'm ready to talk more about robots this time.
Absolutely. And yeah, I told you that for some reason the list is like fucking huge. It's gigantic.
It's okay.
All right. I never asked though, how many hours are you willing to go for? I can stream for however long. I don't care.
If we take maybe a little bit of a break in the middle, like 5 minutes or something, I can go for 4 hours.
Oh, you can take a break every ad break. I'll let you know when ads are about to happen. Well, Medabots also announces it, so if you need to take breaks on every ad break, that is totally valid. No, don't feel pressured to speed run the whole thing. It's okay.
No worries. It's I might cough every now and then just because allergies, but if I can just get up every now and then to refill my coffee, you can have me for as long as you want. I want to make sure that we fulfill this list.
Thank you, Papa Sam, for the moin. Somebody did a moin.
Favorite bit from Finding Nemo.
Absolutely.
Mine.
Oh yeah, I forgot to share you my my browser view, man. I love forgetting things. There it is. That way it is visible and there is no delay. Okay, so let me zoom in so we get a good a good view of everything. This thing. I don't know what the fuck this is. What do you have to say about it? Oh shit.
What the fuck is that actually? Cause it looks like it's got like a shell shield, but also a spear through its chest. I don't know what animal it's supposed to be based on. If it is, kind of looks like a jack, like
a jack?
Not
what
like a jack for a well, some people, when I say jack, some people might think I'm talking about like a jack for a car, like you use a jack to hoist the car up so you can get underneath it and repair it. No, I'm talking about jacks like the game with the ball and the spike things. Hold on, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Okay.
It just occurred to me that this might be a strictly American game.
Possibly.
So I don't really think anyone plays it anymore, but
anyone in chat know? Any of the Calabites know what this is about? What Bolts is?
So see those metal things?
My God, somebody is very passionate. Can you send like an image?
Oh yeah. Let me screenshot it. Did that thing where it's like, there we go.
They thought you were talking about Jack and Dexter.
No, I wish. God, Medabots based on Jack and Dexter make me so happy. I've started like looking at artists that will take one thing and then present it in like a different art style, like Sonic OCs and stuff like that.
Yeah, what is this?
So this was it's an old game, and then when I say old, I mean like my grandparents used to play.
Browser
where
like
basically, so you have a ball and you have these metal pieces. You would scatter the metal pieces on the floor, and then you would bounce the ball. And then while the ball is bouncing in the air, you have to grab as many of the metal pieces as possible, and then catch before you catch the ball again. And the person who catches the most metal pieces wins. So I look at this guy's design, I'm like, he looks like one of those metal jacks pieces a little bit, because it's just a spiked thing. They were also very dangerous and could basically be used to like pierce tires if need be.
Oh my God.
I think that's why a lot of people don't really play this anymore. This was also like pre-iPhones and social media where people like
I've
play
never
games
seen
on
this.
the porch. I think it's a very American game now that I think about it. I'm not really sure. I haven't really heard of anybody outside of the US that played it. And it has more or less been phased out. Like the game has more or less been phased out of media. But if you look at like old like 90s and maybe early 2000s cartoons, like Hey Arnold and stuff like that, you'd probably see this game be played by some of the like the neighborhood kids. But that's all I think about when I look at this guy. And the fact that we can't really piece together what he is probably already screams what category he's going to go into.
I can see the resemblance now that you showed me the picture. I can kind of see the resemblance. I don't have the links anymore for like the list of Medabots and whatnot. I don't have those links anymore. I can always search for the Metapedia. Hold on.
Oh yeah, they were in the original Toy Story, but I think we forget how old the original Toy Story was. I think that movie's over 20 years old.
Video games.
Do I want
S.
Let's see. The original Toy Story. The original Toy Story is going to be 30 years old next year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I forgot it came out in 95. I was 2 years old.
Oh, you were 2 years old? Oh.
Yeah, I was born in 93.
I was 4.
Oh.
Plus 4, and it was like a technological marvel, really.
Yeah, it was like one of the, I think it was the first fully CGI movie. So it was like a very big deal at the time.
Do you agree that this guy goes into
Either or what the hell am I looking at?
Yeah, what the hell am I looking at? I think that is more...
Because I feel like maybe if I knew where the inspiration was, I could find some of the design aspects a bit novel. I don't know how this guy is supposed to move, because like he doesn't really have legs.
Yeah, like I'm moving him here so we can see him because my browser is like super zoomed in. Yeah, like where is there anything? I can only just see the head, kind of the legs, the tail. Where are the hands? What is going on here?
Yeah, I just don't know what I'm looking at, so I would probably put it
me
there.
Neither. I'm honestly not sure what I'm looking at. This guy appears in the anime.
He looks like Invader Zim.
Does he? Actually, his mouth doesn't open this much in the anime. He's like the chameleon guy that belongs to that journalist that looks like Wario. You remember?
I remember him now. Damn. Okay. I remember him kind of having like a cool, like as a kid, I remember him like thinking the design was kind of cool. Like, I like, and this aesthetic hasn't really gone away. I like kind of the chameleon aesthetic, the whole like copying abilities, or like the invisibility abilities that people sometimes give to like chameleon coded characters and stuff.
7 colors, that's his name. He's multicolor in the dub, and 7 colors. I'm not sure why they couldn't have just said 7 colors. Like, is 7 colors too hard for kids to say? Why change his color at all?
It might have been a lip flap thing. I don't know. Or maybe they thought multicolor fit better because there's more than 7 colors.
I guess.
But I like his design. There are some aspects of it that catch me a bit off guard a little bit. Like he's supposed to be a spotted chameleon. Well, like, at the time they caught me off guard, like with the spots and I thought his tail looked more like a stinger than anything. But I understand now that he's supposed to be like a spotted chameleon, like the ones you would find in the rainforest. I like it. I fuck with this design a lot. It clearly communicates what it's supposed to be based off of. I thought his power set in the show was cool. Again, he reminds me a little bit of Invader Zim, which makes me wonder if...
and the bulgy eyes, right?
It's the bulging eyes and the mouth open. Like, I can just imagine in a different timeline, Richard Horvitz voicing this thing in the dub or something where it's like, beware! Or something like that. I like it.
How 7 Colors is like really sassy in the anime. He keeps making jabs at his owner, well, his meta fighter, and it's just really funny to just see him reveal all of his secrets, saying he's a basement dweller and that he has to put on grease so he can fit within like between walls and stuff. Just saying all kinds of weird shit.
No chill whatsoever.
No. So where would this go? Good design, I guess?
I'd say good design. It communicates what it's supposed to be. He's got a lot of attitude. Even if we didn't know his personality in the show, I think the design communicates a lot of personality.
Yeah, you can tell it's a chameleon.
Good design.
The next one is an immediate cutie patootie because just look at her.
I love this. I love the lollipop and like the big hoops and like the big hoop dress. It looks like it's inspired by something specific. Do you know what that is?
No. Other than like maybe a princess or something, I just don't know.
Maybe
what
I don't know. I'm looking at this design.
I'm looking at the design, I'm thinking, this feels like it's inspired by something. Or it's like a reference to something. Like Hansel and Gretel or something. Or like maybe if her color scheme was red, I could see Little Red Riding Hood. It's like a fairy tale aesthetic,
There is a Red Riding Hood Medabot, actually.
That does not surprise me.
She also has 4 legs instead of just 2. She is a chameleon type, funnily enough.
Oh.
Even though she does not look like one at all. You could never tell.
Was not expecting that. Nope.
Yep, she's a chameleon type too. She is just a cutie patootie. I very much enjoy her design. Her little bow on the back. Just everything is great. Ow.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. I got bonked.
You got bonked. How much head damage can we suffer before the end of this stream?
Oh boy. Well, we'll know. We'll find out, I guess. This one, before I tell you what it is, what do you think it's themed after?
I see guns. Like his right arm is just a cannon, and the left arm is just a Gatling gun.
Okay.
It's a lot of guns, but the head, it almost looks like he's wearing like a big top hat. Is he based off of like trains or a tank or no? Is he based off of a tank?
That's what I thought too, right? But no.
Uh-huh.
No, he's not based off of a train. He looks like a train, but he's not based off of a train.
So it's not a tank, it's not a train. Someone in chat said telescope. Oh, is it am I wrong? Is the left hand not a gun and maybe it's a stand? I'm looking at this like a transformer almost.
You are getting there. You are getting there. It's not telescope, but you are getting there. You are within somewhat the theme of it.
A microscope?
No.
I give up then.
You give up? It's a camera.
Oh, okay.
One of the arms is a tripod. The other one is like one of those zoom-in lenses. The lens is a chest. The head is a flash. You know, those big flashes. Yeah. It's hard to tell, huh?
I can see it now that you pointed out to me, but I never would have guessed that if I just had to go off of the design. Makes me also wonder how. Wait, does he function like a camera?
I don't know, actually. Possibly he does, yeah.
He probably looks more like a transformer than a Medabot in some ways.
Yeah, he's a camera, see? Camera.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would say because the design is okay, but it's maybe practical if he actually serves the purpose of a camera. I wouldn't say good design because it does not communicate the fact that it's a camera. It's very terrible at communicating that. That doesn't mean the design is bad. It just fails at communicating what it is.
Some would say that that's what makes it a bad design if it fails to communicate what
honestly,
it is.
Absolutely.
But if the idea is function over aesthetic, I don't know how like technological advancements of Medabots works, but maybe this was like the best way to design this thing to serve its primary function. I'll be nice and put it in practical. If it is supposed to actually function like a camera. Otherwise, honestly.
Yeah, I also don't know where it's supposed to go. So I'll put it in practical just in case it actually serves the purpose of a camera. But we don't know.
It would be very funny if it had the aesthetics of a camera and it does not take pictures.
It would.
Funny.
This thing, let's see if this is what it is. Chaos Fixer, is it that? No, that's the next one, so we don't know what that one is. We don't know what this is, so we're just gonna have to go by our eyes. I truly do not know. This looks like a keychain to me.
I was gonna say...
It looks like a fucked up keychain.
It does. Okay, I can kind of see that. I was gonna say jellyfish, maybe?
Yeah, I can see it too, with the little leggies.
the little leggies are supposed to be tendrils, but then I look at the arms and I'm like, jellyfish don't have claws.
Huh?
Like why does it have claws? Oh, dang, sorry. That
It's
was my
okay.
phone.
Happens.
I don't know. It's honestly, it's too simple of a design.
You weren't
Like,
expecting it
there's
because she
nothing
is a
really
chameleon.
about it that, like, compare this to the camera guy where it's like, okay, I see, like, it technically has the elements that make it what it is. It just doesn't communicate what those elements are. Here it's like, I don't know what I'm looking at because there isn't anything, there's no center to the design. There's no like centerpiece to the design to draw your eye to it. So I'm just looking at the whole thing and it's just a blob of blue with
it's just a
nothing
blue thing.
touching to it. So
what this reminds me of a lot is like a Swiss knife or something. Like the hand could be a lighter or something, and then there's like a knife in here. It just looks like a weird fucked up Swiss knife or something. I don't know.
I can kind of see it like a Swiss Army knife kind of thing.
Yeah, Swiss Army knife.
But
That
yeah,
money goes to So this is the one that we were looking at earlier. So it is called Chaos Fixer. It's an Azathoth?
An
Azathoth? What is an Azathoth?
Searching.
What the fuck is an Azathoth?
An Azathoth is a deity in the Cthulhu mythos and dream cycle stories written by H.P. Lovecraft. It is more or less a giant worm tentacle creature.
Okay. Well, are the
Damn.
tentacles in the room with us? What the fuck?
I see no tentacles on this design. I'm actually a little confused because if you zoom in on the design of it, it looks like it has hands. So like that cannon.
Yeah, it
like that
does.
But where is the cannon coming from? Is it sticking out of its
I think it's the arm. And the hand is really far back.
That's weird.
It
Does it have like a function where it switches between? It almost looks like it has a function where it's supposed to like recoil and switch between hand and cannon or something. I can kind of appreciate the concept for going for something because the thing about H.P. Lovecraft is that the designs are iconic, but they're also very, very complicated, and trying to translate that sort of distorted organic design into something mechanical is ambitious, but I don't know what I'm looking at here, like at all.
What the hell am I looking at?
I barely see where it has the opposite problem of the blue guy, where it's like that was too simple, and here it's like there's too much going on. I don't know. It still doesn't feel like there's a center to the design, like a centerpiece to it to draw the eye. So I'm like, okay, that's a cannon, and that's connected to the arm. Like, why is his hands there? Okay, but wait, where are his legs? It looks like he's got a little thing in the back, but there's also a cannon sticking towards the ground. Is that also his leg? I don't know. So
yeah,
I think that's the appropriate
Optics Redeem
spot.
is not working. Maybe y'all are getting bad RNG? I don't know. It's sometimes because it's an RNG thing. People are complaining about one of the redeems because it's RNG. It's like the eyes go into different directions, but it has a window of movement. So sometimes it's barely noticeable, and sometimes it's really noticeable.
What's that?
Interesting.
The poor guy has his head cut off. What's that, brother? Yeah, I know, right? What's that, brother? So yeah, definitely you. What the hell am I looking at? For sure.
Yep.
So this one is beloved from the anime. Red Matador is basically just... He is based off of bullfighting. So he's the
he's
bull.
a centaur.
Yeah, he's a centaur, but he's basically a bull. I don't think he's a centaur because he does not have a human part. He's just a bull. That's it. Well, he's a bull.
Well, he has the torso up looks quote unquote humanoid because he's got like
he has the 2 arms. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So and actually, it wouldn't be a centaur if he's based on a bull. He would be a minotaur.
Yeah.
So I love this design actually. Not just because I have an in-joke with my whole community about centaurs and minotaurs, but also because it's simple, yet it clearly communicates what it's supposed to be. It's got an aesthetic to it. There's kind of a regalness to it with the bullfighting. I like it a lot. I don't really have any notes. I would put this in like badass designs.
And he also has the cape. You can't see it very well here, but Red Matador has like a cape, kind of like in actual bullfighting. Right? That's what the bullfighting comes from. The cape is a defensive thing. It can defend against projectiles, as far as I remember. So pretty good.
He's multi-purpose and practical. I like it.
Yeah.
Everything that you would want out of a Medabot companion. I kind of forgot what our ranks were. It was kill it with fire. Ew, what the hell am I looking at? Oh, his sprite looks really cool too.
Yeah, there you go. There's his whole thing. Yeah, quite nice, huh?
Yeah, I approve. I like it.
So you would say he's a badassatron?
Badasatron. Yes.
Badasatron. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. He's not my kind of design, but you can recognize something is badass without particularly it being within your tastes, you know?
True. Very true.
So these two, I believe they are like it's the same bot but transformed. It looks like a bird to me. These two, they just look like a bird to me. I'm not sure if I can find their name here. No, I don't think so. So yeah, I just see kind of a vaguely crow design. I like them.
Ooh. Yeah, when you say crow, I think that definitely ties the bird aesthetic and theme together. Also,
yeah, you see the beak pointer in the front on the very first one. You see like the beak in the front. You see the eyes, like the little angry bird eyes or something. It looks like a bird to me. I cannot find further information on it, sadly, because it's not on the list. But
it almost looks like the one on the left is the default form, and the one on the right is like a battle form. I mean, the one on the left is like a battle form. And it's got a scythe. I love scythes.
Yes.
Personally. Like, I feel like it's such an underrated weapon that I wish like more media used, honestly. I would own this Medabot if this was real. I would want this Medabot if I was being honest. I think the design philosophy is not as, unfortunately, the design philosophy is not as clearly communicated, but I think it's uniform and it's like consistent throughout. There's just a good balance to both of the designs, with one kind of being almost neutral defensive and the other one being like exposed but ready for attack.
I think they're both battle modes, it's just that they serve different purposes. That's usually what Medabots are for. They both forms serve for battle, but they're for different kinds of battle. One of them is more powerful, maybe one of them is more defensive, one has more artillery. They just serve slightly different purposes.
I like it a lot personally.
But yeah, one mode seems to be defensive and the other offensive. It's kind of like becomes a shield, like, because the second one is so bulky, feels like it can defend against anything, you know? Looks like a shield almost.
Where would you put this personally?
I would put it in either Badassatron or Good Design.
Yeah, I would say the same. I would maybe put the one with the scythe in Badassatron, and then the other one in good design.
Not biased. Not biased at all.
Nope. It's badass. It's like I would want to battle with that one, and it's. I think it's one of the few designs we've come across so far where it's like I almost want that one.
I really agree. This one is literally just a chipmunk, and it's called Nutscracker. She will crack your nuts. She's
Don't
like a
tell
little
my
chipmunk. She's a little chipmunk on a unicycle.
Oh, it's a unicycle. I'm thinking like a motorcycle or something. Like, why does it have a wheel?
It's literally a unicycle. As you see, it's a unicycle. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. If the idea is that it's funny you said like, oh, she'll crack your nuts, but I can't imagine this thing doing anything besides just kind of trotting around.
Look at all the guns she has. What do you mean?
That is true. Like, why the hell is it packing heat? It doesn't even have hands. It just has guns.
It's gun. All of it gun.
It's just gun. It's all gun. This thing is more like packing more than Shadow the Hedgehog.
Adorably dangerous, truly.
It's weird because it's still cute. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be threatened by this thing even if it pointed all of its guns at me.
And then you would die.
Then I would die. And again, I don't have a lot of like I have like no self-preservation, so that's probably like that's par for the course for me.
Either cutie patootie or good design for me.
I'd say cutie patootie. It's like, it reminds me of my friend, it reminds me of Squeegee a little bit, where I did a collab with them once, and I love Squeegee. They're an adorable small mushroom creature, but one of their toggles is they have a gun based off of Vash the Stampede. So someone did like little art of us together, and you have little Squeegee just pointing the gun at my head in a threatening way, and that's the vibe I get from this. It's like cute but threatening at the same time.
Yeah, adorably dangerous, for sure.
Adorably
cutie
dangerous.
patootie. The next one is an instant, what the hell am I looking at? Like, because truly, what the hell am I looking at? Let's see if we can find the name.
With Wolverine claws.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Shafu. That's what it's called.
Shafu? Like the action Shafu?
Shafu. It's a caracal. But is the caracal in the room with us? What the hell?
Caracal.
Caracal is a type of big cat.
Yep. Looking at it now, it's a medium-sized wild cat native to Africa.
You've heard of Floppa, right?
Pretty interesting.
It's
designs,
Floppa.
very interesting ears. Floppa.
Yeah, usually caracals are referred to as Floppa. And if you know about Sneb is also a caracal.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I would put it in what the hell am I looking at, because I can tell what it is, more or less. It's a feline.
It's kind of
with
cat.
claws.
Vaguely cat.
It's vaguely dangerous cat. I just think the design is boring because how many cats with knife claws or something are out there, you know? A lot.
And like, why are the claws just straight? Like, how effective is that? You can only punch forward, you can't even like swipe, because that's not gonna do much, is it? Or is it?
It's also weird that like it's separate from the hands. So like, even if you retract the claws, you still have these like nubs that are jutting out ahead of your hands. And I'm like, dude, how are you supposed to like, you can't really
I guess
even
it's
punch
just so it makes room for the claws.
It's just
so
a cat, deal with it.
It's you just there needs to be room for the claws to detract, I guess, so that's why the casing is so big.
That makes sense. But I feel like it compromises the design a little bit.
It does. It does. Like the beans are just there. Like, what? I don't know.
They painted the beans onto the thing to be like, here are the hands. I'm like, okay. It's like he's got two sets of hands.
Beans.
Get it? Cat. And look, his face is just like a flat screen, basically. I'm like, okay. Kind of boring. Especially when like I look at what he's based off of, and this wild cat has so much going on with its face that it like stands out and looks very expressive, and then this just doesn't look expressive at all. So
The Desk Agent, thank you so much for becoming a Calidori. Welcome.
oh hey agent, how you doing?
Is a friend of yours? Gotcha.
Yeah, fellow content creator, really good person.
Gotcha. Welcome.
Yeah, it's just boring.
No, I don't think we have a category for boring design. We just have, I guess counts.
Yeah.
Counts.
It's
Just whatever, man.
yeah.
This thing just looks like a weird fish. Oh, do you want to say something?
Oh no, I was just saying that like I find it funny that we keep passing by the big ugly baby every time we scroll down.
Yeah, we just gotta look at that thing every time. Bit tired by being apps. Completely valid. Please feel free to just relax and lurk if you need to. But I'm glad you're here, so thank you.
I just find it funny that like we put that thing in the one category where it's like I hate looking at this thing, kill it with fire, but we have to look at it every time we scroll down.
It just fuels our rage for it, you know?
Yep. This is how it spites us. So this design is interesting. It's like there was a time.
Rage says that it's like a croc, but I see a fish head. You know, here's the two eyes, and they have the visor looks like a mouth for me.
Oh, okay, I can kind of see croc, but you literally have to turn your head to see the croc because it's very lopsided. See, this is what I mean, where it's like sometimes Medabots. It's very weird that like some Medabots like can transform and have other like modes. But then you look at some Medabots and you're like, that looks like it's supposed to transform into something, or it looks like it's in the middle of transforming into something.
What is a Gharial? Do you know?
I'm assuming. I was gonna guess it was a type of bug. Gavial.
Maybe.
Nope, it's a reptile.
Gharial.
It's a crocodile with an extremely long, skinny mouth.
Okay, why does it have a fish head then? That's the first thing I see is the fish head.
I understand what it's supposed to be. The head is supposed to be like a fish or tadpole because it is known very much for using its long, thin snout to eat fish. Like it primarily eats fish. So the idea is that its right shoulder and I guess its left arm is the top and bottom of the crocodile head, and its head is supposed to be the fish that it's chomping on.
Yeah, I just see the fish head. I just see the weird fucking fish head as like the helmet. You have the two little dots that are the fish, and then the visor just so happens to be pink. It looks like a little smiley fish. And Caliho Tremo, hope you're doing well. We're just talking about Medabots.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first thing I saw, because it's a different color from everything else, you know?
And I do think that's on purpose. I think the head is almost supposed to be foreign to the rest of the body, because again, it's supposed to be. So you see the purple thing on like its left arm. That's supposed to be the top of the crocodile.
Yeah, I see
head.
the eyes. I see the eyes. Yeah.
So that would make the thing on the left shoulder the topaz thing, not topaz, the turquoise thing, kind of the bottom half of the mouth. So it's like, oh, it's chomping on the fish. So it's eating its own.
The fish is what's being eaten. I see it. I see it.
That's clever, I guess. But
it's clever, but it's hard to make out. Like the first thing you see, because the fish is such a different color from the rest of the body. It's the thing you are drawn to. Your eyes are drawn to the fish head, and you're like, this is a fish. It's a weird fish, mecha fish or whatever. But no, it's a crocodile. Like just.
At least it has a centerpiece compared to some of the other designs we just looked at. Because I think that's supposed to be the intention. I think you're supposed to look at the head and be like, oh, it looks like a fish. And then like you expand your scope, look at the rest of the body. And it's like, oh, it's like a crocodile or it's like an animal chomping on the fish. That's kind of clever. My biggest problem is that cleverness comes at the expense of the rest of the design because nothing else about this body works. Like... I don't understand how the feet work. It looks like it has 3 nubs that...
Yeah.
Have you noticed there's been like a weird trend with like the last 5 designs or something just having very weird feet? Like none of these things look like they walk properly.
I don't think they walk. I think they hover because there's several types of legs in Medabots. Some of them are bipedal, some are quad, some are wheels, some hover, some swim. There's different kinds of legs for all kinds of terrains, you know? So I think this one just hovers.
That makes more sense. It looks like it's got a tail, but from this angle, it's kind of hard to tell where it's pointing out from. It loses a lot of practicality. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, it gains some charm points because, okay, that's sort of a clever design. It's kind of a clever thing what you were going for, but then it loses charm points because it's like, I don't like anything else about the rest of this design.
I also hate that it only has 1 arm. They were like, sorry, you get 1 arm, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't understand. I guess the idea is supposed to be that the left hand is just a weapon. It looks like they're supposed to be cannons. Cool. I feel like you could have just made it smaller and made it a shoulder piece like the other thing and then give him 2 arms. And now he's got like 2 shoulder cannons that if you think about it, when they're mounted, like pointing forward, it would better communicate the illusion of like this crocodile chomping on you, kind of. That could be kind of cool, but no, it's a little too, now it looks lopsided, basically. So
I don't know where to put this. What do you think?
Maybe
Yeah, honestly. It's like, when in doubt, It's almost like all the trash goes to...
I feel like we're gonna have a lot in because either is like, it embodies either boring or I'm not really... It's like a notch above what the hell am I looking at, because it's like, okay, we know what we're looking at, we just don't think it was done very well, kind of thing.
So, this one is a cockroach. You can... No, it's a cockroach.
Okay.
Called Bad Hacker.
Oh my god, it's such a bad name.
Bad Hacker, you have a terrible name. You have
Bad Hacker. Why give that name to a cockroach? Inspired design? Like,
I do really like the design though. Like, I don't know. I don't think so. I just really love the color combination. I think the colors are really nice. I'm also biased because of green. But it's just so nice, and it does convey the theme really well. I love the quad eyes too, and the antennae. I don't know, I just really like this design. I also like bugs a lot, so I'm biased.
No, I agree with you. This is the complete inverse of what we just looked at, where I got the bug wrong, but that's because I'm an idiot, but like the insectoid look is clearly communicated. The color choice, the palette choices are simple, but they all contrast in the appropriate ways, and they had a theme and they stuck to it, both for its, like, even in its transform, in its bug mode and its humanoid form, you can clearly tell what the inspiration is supposed to be. And it looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah. Right?
So I'd say this is I would say both of these are good designs.
But if you think that's a stupid name, there's one bot that's called Atheist. Straight up just Atheist.
Atheist or atheist?
Atheist, as in doesn't believe in God, you know?
Why is it called atheist?
I don't know, but it has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with Christianity or gods or anything. It's just it's a beetle. And it's called Atheist.
It's so weird because we have designs that are clearly inspired by angels and stuff. Like, if you called something inspired by an angel Atheist, I think that would actually be pretty cool as like a contrast kind of thing. But you give it to like a random bug one and it's like, why? Like,
yeah, like
the name should be at least somewhat reflective of what you're supposed to be or what you're supposed to represent.
Okay, so the next one just looks like a monkey to me.
I could see
looks like a monkey with the little fans. Probably some kind of Japanese entity. I don't know a lot about Japanese folklore, but the legs, like the hands, are like just, you know, they're the monkey feet, and then you have the little fans that is holding on to. You also see the little nose. You see these parts in the anime, but you never see the whole bot. Just the parts, like the hands. You see them in Kanehashi, you know, in the octopus balls episode, the takoyaki episode. You see the octopus Kanehashi having these hands as one of the hands is one of these to fan up the takoyaki. That's what I know, at least.
In these hands.
Yeah, except he doesn't have hands.
It's kind of funny because when I was like looking at the design while we were talking about the previous one, and when I saw the hands for feet, I'm like, why? But then when you said that it was monkey inspired, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that actually fits a lot of this together. It kind of reminds, I know it's probably based off of something from Japanese folklore, like you said. It's reminding me a lot of, did you play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet?
No, but I've watched people play it.
So, do you know the Teal Mask DLC?
No, not really.
I'm gonna share a screenshot with you. There are these 3 legendary Pokemon that are sort of based off of, I don't think they're based off of any actual mythological thing. Their names are based off of onomatopoeias. Like onomatopoeias combined with the whole like the traditional saying of like monkey see monkey like see no evil, speak no evil.
Oh yeah. See no evil, yeah. Say no evil, yeah.
Mask.
Thanks for the hydration. You want to take advantage of my hydration to hydrate too?
Yes, I'm actually almost done with my coffee. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna share with you. It's an AVI file. I hope I'm able to post in Discord. God damn it, Google Images. Why can't you just make everything PNGs like me?
Just you know, Windows Shift S and then take a screenshot and then just paste it. That's what I usually do.
Yeah, I have a program for it too that like captures them in better quality. It's just a pain sometimes. Also the AVI
I see.
So here, I'm gonna send this to you.
The tail with the plum.
Kind of reminds me of these guys.
Oh. Yeah. The one in the middle.
So it's like okie dokie, monkey dogie, pheasantipity. So it's like serendipity, okie dokie, manchidori, which is something in Japanese. It's their names are puns. Their names are puns, basically, that are combining like a bunch of different tongue twisters and onomatopoeias.
Gotcha.
But like, that's kind of what I think about when I look at this design, and I wonder if they're inspired by the same thing. I like it. It's a little impractical that he doesn't have hands. I feel bad that he doesn't like. That he has to use his feet to do anything. To do everything. But I do think he looks cool. Not personally like my aesthetic, so it's a little hard to like judge this. Where do you lean on it?
I would put it in air because I'm also not a fan of monkeys. I just don't like monkeys. So, you know.
Okay, let's put it in air then.
Yeah, monkeys are a bit. I like monkey memes, but I don't like monkeys in general. This one just looks like someone's weirdo seed. Looks like fucking it looks like a mecha Woody Woodpecker.
Oh my god, thank god I'm not the only one who thought that. I was like, I'm gonna call it like Gundam Woody Woodpecker.
Like, yeah, Gundam Woody Woodpecker.
You hit the nail on the head. The head looks so much like Woody Woodpecker.
What the fuck? I don't know what this is. This is probably from a collab? I don't know, but it's like a bird and a scorpion.
It looks like a toy.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
It looks like something. It looks like a toy that you would find at like one of those knockoff stores that would have like a vague name to something that's like popular at the moment. Like, okay, there's this guy on YouTube. He's the one who came up with the emotional damage meme.
Yeah, Stephen He.
Stephen He. Have you watched any of his like bootleg videos?
I love Stephen He.
He's so funny, but like this feels like something that would be sold at the stores that he is making fun of in those videos.
Caliho Solus, this is a little tidbit of info. Solus is from Brazil, and like Woody Woodpecker is super beloved in Brazil. Is extremely so. I'm glad he also just saw the Woody Woodpecker, because it makes even more sense considering where he's from. Yeah, it's literally just Woody Woodpecker when he's mad.
When Woody Woodpecker gets serious. This is like the dark, edgy reboot of Woody Woodpecker.
What's the mix of a cockatrice? Like,
What is a cockatrice? Or
cockatrice, what kind of animals? Is it like the head of a chicken and what?
Cockatrice is the head of a chicken and the body of a dragon.
Oh, a dragon. Okay, because that tail looks scorpion-like,
I think it's just supposed to be like a long spiked tail, like you would see on a dragon. But I see the wings.
Curved. The way it's curved, it looks like a scorpion tail to me. That's just
I can see it.
Pattern recognition function going off.
But then we look at like the wings on the shoulders and the big fuck you claw on the right hand.
Yeah, the big fuck you claw. I love that description.
I kind of like the asymmetry with the hands a little bit, where it's like, okay, it's like you got this big thing on one hand and you got this normal looking thing on the other. I know we're like ripping on this basically. I kind of like it.
No, I do too. Either good design or badassatron for me.
I would put it in badassatron both ironically and unironically.
There you go. We both agree on the badassatron, so to the badassatron it goes.
Like this looks like a design that I would have fun making fun of. It's like, look, it's Woody Woodpecker if he fusion danced with a dragon, but it's also like, but isn't it cool? It's like a little bit. It's a little cool.
Fun fact about this little cutie here, she's actually a fan design. So the thing that Imagineer does sometimes is that they hold contests called Orimeta, so original Medarot, and people can send in their designs, and Imagineer will make them canon in the games, in the mangas, and everything. And this just so happens to be an Orimeta. So she's super adorable. She's called Bouquet Bride. Keep clicking the fucking Pal World thing. Just tabs I leave open. So yeah, she's like super cute. She's a little octopus, I believe. Yeah, paint pot cuttlefish, not an octopus. My bad. Paint pot cuttlefish. That's what she is. Absolute cutie patootie, no contest, honestly, for me.
Yeah, no, like hands down, cutie patootie. No notes, no debate.
Most of the girl Medabots are just adorable to me. They're always so cutely designed.
Agreed. I think it's because, they really, really wanted to market this towards girls. It's like, we gotta make old girl Medabots cute.
Absolutely. Okay, so there will be ads in a little over a minute. Would you like to take a break?
Yeah, I can go refill my coffee. I drank it
All
a
right,
lot faster
so
than I
that happens in about a minute. I'm not sure if we have time to. We probably don't have time to judge this one within the time frame of 1 minute, but you know, feel free to take your time because the ads last about 3 minutes. So
okay, no time, no problem. Yeah, I have thoughts on this design because I know exactly what it is inspired by. So I really want to talk about this one. I have thoughts on the next couple designs. But yeah, I'll be back in 3.5 minutes then.
All right, see you guys in a little bit. What's with the fucking Yes. Thank you, Uncle Phil, always for greeting us with such enthusiasm, you know. So he did? Are you serious? Oh my god. Hello? Oh, no way. Oh my god. That is hilarious, actually. What the fuck? Oh, you can hear him. Okay, shit. Okay, sorry. Apparently he used to voice Shredder from the 80s cartoon.
Yeah, it was I can't remember if the cartoon came out in the 80s or 90s, but it was like the original cartoon where like they wore the trench coats and they were all like kind of jokey and stuff like that. He was the voice of the Shredder, the one that sounded like this originally. That's Uncle Phil. And
that's so funny.
Love that.
Holy shit, that is actually hilarious.
This has been your daily dose of retro nostalgic trivia with Bolts the Mechanic.
Hell yeah. You can find out more on twitch.tv/Bolts the Mechanic.
I should rewatch that cartoon. Kind of interesting. I've wanted to watch like more old, ever since like I started watching the Medabots and watching them on Twitch. I was like, I kind of want to do that with like some old cartoons and pilots and stuff like that. Stuff that like we kind of forgotten after so long, which, considering how hard it is to watch some shows nowadays, might be a good idea. Just from a media preservation standpoint, but that's neither here nor there.
True. So what are your thoughts on this guy?
So this guy is based on, I forget what its name is, but I believe it is something from mythology.
Extraordinary creature.
It's basically the Centaurian archer.
Half deaf, and this is just about as fast as it can move.
I believe, this is the one. Q Centaurus. It's just a centaur.
But I think it's like one of the earliest depictions of centaurs in mythology.
Okay.
Like they were known as like expert hunters and marksmen. That's why like a lot of media kind of derived from that, kind of has them take up those roles. Like the Lycans in Breath of the Wild, how they can snipe you from a distance with their bow and arrows. And even in like Percy Jackson, I think one of the teachers was based off of this design. I like it a lot. Again, I'm partial to like the centaur designs, not just because of the in-joke I have with my community, but I think it clearly communicates what it's supposed to be. I think the white and blue complements each other very well, and I think it does everything that it sets out to do as a design, personally.
Yeah, sure. I agree. I don't have much opinion on centaurs. They're kind of whatever, especially if it's just the horse part and the human part. I'm just kind of like, I don't really care about them, but since this is a robot, I care a lot more about it just for that alone. It looks nice. Honestly, it's good design for me.
Yeah, I'd say good design.
I don't think this has 6 legs, does it? You keep pointing out, ow, my god! I keep being fucking beaten the fuck up. Dude keeps pointing out that he has 6 legs, and it does not. It literally does fucking not have 6 legs. Where are you getting the 2 extra legs from? Are you hallucinating?
Yeah, we haven't come across anything with 6 legs. Also,
there are
Loki
things with
transformed
6
into a
legs.
bunch of different things.
there are things with 6 legs, but not this guy. This guy is
Not
definitely
these
one of them.
Nope.
So yeah, good design, you would say, for both forms?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Is that other thing, is the one next to it with like swords, is that a different design or is that the same?
Well,
is that like a different Medabot or is that the same guy with a different design?
Actually, don't know. It feels like it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's part of it, as you can see here. So it's both of them are the same form. It's just meta changed, really.
That's a pretty drastic upgrade compared to before.
I think this one. Stop. My model is not tracking. Wow, I'm dead.
Oh yeah, you cut out.
I love it. This is so annoying when it does that. I hate my facial mocap sometimes. So yeah, I think this one is the main form, and this one is the alternate form.
Okay. I do like the ultimate form. Just looks like a Gundam. It just looks like a Gundam. But I don't say that in a bad way at all. It's just interesting how it takes on almost a completely different design philosophy.
True.
But not in a bad way. That's why I didn't think that they were the same Medabot. I thought, oh, there's 2 centaurs. Like one's more simple and sleek, the other is a lot more angular and sharp. I'd probably put the one on the right, personally, in maybe either good design or badassatron. What do you think?
I would put this in good design, yeah.
Okay.
And this thing, I would be for this one.
Okay.
What do you think?
I lean a bit closer towards good design because, but I can also kind of see it being a bit boring especially when you compare right next to the other centaur that we just looked at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it being put in
All right.
Callie is just dead serious about centaurs. No, that's my job.
No, my facial functions just crashed. Beating me up does not reset it, though. I have to manually reboot the systems to get them to work again.
I have a lot of questions about some of the upcoming designs.
So, yeah, this one is like the gun form, well, the gun counterpart to this one.
Okay. They can go right next to each other because...
Let me see. I think it's called convex. I think this is... Yeah, it's convex. And just convex kanji. That's what it is. And like...
Oh, I get it. It looks like the kanji. Okay.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why would you make a Medabot based on that? That is so ridiculous.
I guess it's cute that they would do that, but I'm with you. It's like, why?
Yeah, why?
Now we have a design that it serves one function, and that's it. Like, it's very boring, and I think should go right next to his brother. Personally, it's like, oh, okay.
My head is so shiny.
It almost looks like they're supposed to go together. Ooh, your head is.
It's so shiny.
Like I'm staring into the abyss.
Bob! Yeah, it's like I have to fix the texture, but yeah. It's very shiny. Bold! Why would I have flowing hair? No, I'm a robot. There's no reason for me to have flowing hair at all. They don't want to see it anymore. Like, get out of here. So this thing goes into I would say.
Yeah, thanks. Like I said, I put him right next to his brother.
Right next to your fucking brother, you stupid bitch. There you go.
There you go. You guys can exist in mediocrity together.
So this little guy here, I used to hate him, but it kind of grew on me. They're called Sakura-chan Z.
He grew on you.
Yeah, ha ha ha. He has a little display. They have a little display. They're actually gender neutral. You would love to see that.
Oh, okay.
They're gender neutral, and they have a display like the flower, the little face thing is capable of displaying, just different faces, like the Kalmoji.
Okay.
And it's based off of a dancing flower. You know those flowers that you talk to and they just.
That explains the pom-poms too, so it's like a cheerleading dancing flower.
Yeah, so I have a little dancing flower.
Okay. When I first looked at it, I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. But the more we talk about it, the more I look at it, I'm like, you know what? No, that's really cute. I would maybe put in cutie patootie.
Yeah, look how happy they are. So this thing, I think it's a marine creature, but let me check if I'm... Is it Go-Death? Oh my god. Yeah, it's just called Geo-Death or Go-Death. And it's a death god. What do you gotta say about it? Because I honestly don't know.
It looks like an executioner. Or like... Is it inspired by jail or something because of the ball and chain?
Your guess is as good as mine. I really have no idea.
I like the design. It almost feels like this is supposed to be a villain design. Or like something that something that would belong to like the young scrappy bad guy or something.
Let me...
Death God, yeah, okay. Yeah, there is like a menace to it, but I almost feel like it's too simple. Maybe the anime does it a lot of favors, or its portrayal in other media does it a lot of favors, where like I can maybe see this showing up and like the lack of a face and the foreboding atmosphere.
It's not in the anime though. That's the thing.
It's not?
No.
If it was in a different medium, I could see other things carrying to make the design look menacing. Based off of just the design, it does not look menacing. Like,
it's actually kind of cute in a way.
Yeah, you know, like with some you know how like some anime or something will do that thing where it's like you got this big intimidating figure, but it does like the uwu finger thing, where it's like. It feels like this thing would do that almost, like with its claws, like it would just kind of poke its claws together, like, you know, not so bad.
Ooh, please don't hurt me. And this thing is like 3 feet tall, so that's even funnier to imagine, you know?
I almost want to put in cutie patootie for the lulz.
I agree. Honestly, I would put it there too.
Alright, let's do that.
Like, God of Death or whatever. Oh, damn,
God
too
of Death,
bad,
like,
you're
oh,
cute.
you look so cute. Yeah.
Aw, little baby. So we're getting to the Digimons here. I'm pretty sure you can tell.
Yeah, I was going
based
to ask,
off of.
what is this? Like...
They're Digimon and Medabots collaborated and resulted into this.
I'm biased as someone who loves Digimon and as someone who freaking loves the mega designs for most of the Digimon. I almost want to put all 3 of these just in the badass category, because
I personally don't like what's his name? The this is Garurumon, but which version of it is it? I forgot. Metal Garurumon? There you go, yeah.
Garurumon, yeah.
I feel kind of weird. Like, let me put him more here. I feel kind of weird about the head here, and then there's a face on the chest. It's just weird. I am also a bit imprevious to beast designs. I don't particularly enjoy beast designs in robots.
Oh, I just noticed that actually. Because, okay, I thought that the thing on top was supposed to be a missile, as reference to the fact that, like, you know, he's basically like an armory in the show.
It is, but it looks like a face to me.
No, I think you're right. I think what they did was they made the, like, instead of adapting him straight, which is so weird because the other two are adapted pretty straight. But instead of, I guess they didn't want a wolf Medabot or a bipedal Medabot. So like it had to have some humanoid aspect to it. So what they did was they took Garurumon's head, made that the chest, and then made its back the face. That's weird. Why would you do that? Why would you do that and then not give him arms? Like, he's still bipedal. Why
the
not
arms
just
are the missile things on the side. Those are the arms.
Are they? Because those are just
the arm
how his
parts.
missile packs look in the show.
Yeah, but they're the arm parts. Yes.
That's oh
I know, right?
man.
Yeah,
Now that
same.
you pointed that out, it's like fuck.
So, Omedamon definitely goes into Omnimon. Yeah, but I think his name is Omedamon in the game because they have slightly different names. Definitely into Badassatron.
Yeah. I would also put War
This
Greymon
one,
and Badassatron.
This one, I almost want to put it in what the hell am I looking at? Because what did they do? Apparently it's Omega Knight,
like,
not Omedamon.
It feels like they overcorrected a problem that didn't exist. I can agree with you to put it in what the hell am I looking, because I'm like, why? Like, you could have just adapted it straight and I don't think anybody would have minded. It's especially weird since the other two are adapted pretty straight. Like, there's no real additions or changes to them. Like, they even got War Greymon's like claw hands, which I always thought those were his actual hands when I was younger. I didn't know they were gauntlets.
Right? Me too. But yeah,
But I like how
think
this design enunciates
he also
that.
goes into Badassatron in my opinion.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. War Greymon is one of my favorite Digimon designs of all time, so I'm very
I
biased.
also think of Black War Greymon like, oh, my heart! My heart! Black War
Greymon was a lot of people's awakening, especially in the dub. He was voiced by Steve Bloom, and
awakening to what exactly?
Furries.
Oh, okay, I see. Because I was like, awakening. I see.
I was too young to have an awakening back then. I had to wait until Sonic X came out before I had my awakening.
Gotcha. I just felt sad for him, you know, just him gaining sentience and understanding who he is or what he is just was so sad to see.
That was the funny thing about Digimon, especially during like the late 90s. Little bit of background. I did a video once on the dub of Digimon and how which was birthed from a conversation that I had with a friend who did not grow up with Digimon at all. So when we rewatched some of it, he was like, "Wait, this came out in the 90s? Yeah, but they're talking about like death and divorce and all of this other stuff." I'm like, yeah, that is very weird because you compare it to like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon that were adapted at the time, and they had to like make up all of this stuff to avoid talking about that stuff. So I actually emailed Jeff Nimoy, who's
Jeff Nimoy?
Jeff Nimoy was the voice of Tentamon.
Ooh.
In the dub, and he also wrote a lot of the episodes, and he wrote the Digimon movie. So I actually emailed
I like trains.
Hey, like, why was, like, how were you able to get away with this back then during a time where like censorship was like very, very strict about like children, about kids programming? And he mentioned that like at the time, as long as like the show wasn't, Fox had like a different philosophy when it came to adapting their properties, when it came to like, you know, Power Rangers and stuff like that. So their whole philosophy was, as long as there isn't anything in the show that kids could copy, like drinking alcohol or something like that, then they were allowed to keep in whatever. So Jeff was like, okay, so we can't show the Digimon getting drunk or something, which surprisingly happened a lot in the show. But we could show Matt and TK dealing with the fallout of their parents' divorce. We could show Sora having like imposter syndrome, like a nervous breakdown about her imposter syndrome. We could show Izzy talking about how like his real parents died in an accident.
These kids had real problems, you know. They had really relatable problems. So, may I interrupt you here for a little bit? Adamant and Papa Sam, y'all are being absolute fucking motherfucking bitches right now. You're being so disrespectful to Bolt's giving us like some lore and talking about shit. Y'all are being fucking cunts. Stop it.
Why? What are they doing? I didn't even notice.
Or they're just like kind of using Tangia to being really disruptive while you are talking.
No, it's fine. If they don't want to listen, that's fine. All the people.
If you don't want to listen, fucking leave. Don't be disruptive while somebody's like chatting about things that are actually interesting. Don't be a fucking child. You're an adult. Act like one. Holy fucking shit.
I appreciate that, Callie.
Of course, you're like telling us about such interesting things, and these guys just are too busy being middle schoolers. Like, shit pisses me off.
There was, and I just have a lot of respect for Digimon because looking back on it, that was my first exposure to things like death in like cartoons. When like some characters like Wizardmon just straight up died.
I was gonna say Wizardmon. I was like, like they were not afraid to explore things like that. Or what was his name? You know, the one that looked like RoboCop. What was his name again?
I know what you're talking about. He was like he was also like a zombie robot Digimon.
Yeah.
Right.
Andromon. There you go.
He had some existential stuff going on too. Or Gatomon, the cat Digimon. I went back through the footage when after my conversation with Jeff through email, and because he used this as an example, where in the show, she like works under Myotismon, like the big bad guy, the big vampire, sexy looking guy, and in the Japanese version, he straight up abuses her. Like we see him abuse her, like whipping her and doing stuff like that. In the dub, they cut out the parts where he's actually hitting her, but they talk about everything is talked about very straight. There's even a moment where like she rolls up her sleeve and shows a scar that he gave her in the original, in the dub. And I'm like, damn. And I have a lot of respect for them because they wanted to show bad people doing bad things. Like they didn't want to downplay all of like the real world things that the kids were going through. I
appreciate that a lot.
I have a lot of respect for them for doing
and
stuff like that. And
having TK witness the death of his Digimon, of Patamon, that was just unable to digivolve for the longest time, and the one time he did, he passes, although temporarily. You have this 5-year-old witnessing his best friend disintegrate before his eyes. It fucking sucks for him. It was so traumatic.
That's the other thing. We forget that these kids, like, I think the oldest one was Joe, who was like 11. The rest of them were like very like elementary schoolers. And I'm like, damn.
Pretty much.
Because it wasn't until season 2 that they go to middle school. It wasn't until Try that they actually put them in high school. But we forget just how young these kids should have. Way more trauma than I think they did.
They probably do, and just they had good support systems that allowed them to process it properly.
And there's one example I also want to bring up where it's like this. I think this is kind of an example where some of the censorships made a bit of sense because there were some things in the original that were very weird and not great. Like, remember Matt? There was a weird running gag in the original Japanese version that, despite being like 9 years old, a lot of adult women were weirdly attracted to him. Oh. So they cut that stuff out. There was a scene in the Japanese version, I don't know if you remember this, where they're back in Japan and they're trying to hitchhike. They're trying to like call for people. I think so,
yeah.
They're hitchhiking, trying to call for people, and the one time they actually get somebody to stop for them, it's this very mature-looking woman asking for Matt to get in the car, and they completely cut that out from the dub, and I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That's just gross.
There were some weird out-of-pocket things in the original Digimon, so yeah, but like, mad respect. The dub doesn't hold up, but it is one of those things where at the time I respect it for treating me and a lot of other kids my age at the time like, here kids, the real world can suck sometimes, but it's okay. Like, you can get through it just like these kids did.
Especially to those of us who had, messed up childhoods and whatnot,
Exactly. Well, when I put out that video, I got so many comments from people that were like, growing up, I was a kid of divorce and watching this made me feel seen, or wow, these kids were going through things that I wouldn't even realize I was going through until I was much older, but I have so much respect for that. And it's like, yeah, like, man, now I want to rewatch Digimon.
Me too. I want to watch it again.
Good show.
Good show, absolutely.
Good shit. But I'm sorry, big tangent, but let's get back to it.
No, it's okay. I was gonna mention Digimon Try. Have you ever watched that?
I watched half of it and wasn't the biggest fan.
Because the thing is, they are adults now and they have to come to terms with the disappearance of their Digimon. So it's like,
oh, you mean the movie? Like
yeah. What was it called? Wasn't it Try? Was it something else?
There was Try, which was like Digimon Season 3, basically. That's when they were in high school.
That's Tamers. That's Tamers, I think. No?
No. Okay, so Digimon Adventure Season 3. So it was like the third season featuring the main cast.
Okay, no, it's a movie.
Yeah, you're thinking about the I think it was like Final Farewell or something. I know what you're talking about. I did watch that movie, and I did cry watching that movie.
Right? Just the kids, thanks for the 85 bits. Ow, they're just being assaulted by bits. Thank you. Yeah, just them coming to terms with their Digimon literally dying. That was so fucked. Like, holy shit.
Like, the whole thing was a metaphor for like moving on and like kind of realizing, hey, you don't really need your Digimon anymore, so it's time to like be an adult, basically. And as someone who is 31, still desperately clinging on to the small remnants of my childhood as I deal with the overwhelming negativity that goes on in my everyday life, yeah, it kind of hit in a lot of ways.
Wow. It's
time
truly
to move. It's time to move on, but don't forget, what came before. It's move on, but don't forget. Or it's time to go to the next stage of your life. It throws off the canon completely. That doesn't make any sense because at the very, very end of Digimon Adventure 2, we get a flash forward of them keeping all of their Digimon. So I think the implication is that they do eventually find them again. Maybe after, but I think the loophole is that when they have kids and they get to like kind of go through what they did, like with Digimon and stuff like that, then they're able to reconnect with them.
I hope so.
So aside from that, they're
digital, they're files, so why wouldn't they be able to come back?
I don't know, why did they have to go in the first place?
Yeah, there's no reason.
In a metaphorical sense, I liked it. If I sit down and try to think about the practical, actual plot of it, I could probably pick it apart. But I'm always like an emotion over practical person. So in terms of what it represented, especially at the time, and considering that in the dub they got Ty's original voice actor back for that, that it did feel like I was watching my childhood kind of come full circle in a way. So I liked that.
Hell yeah. Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you for the info and for telling us so much despite the rude interruptions. We still managed to get a very nice conversation going.
Me.
Of course,
so
I will
for
always. The next little guy here, he appears in the third anime. If you've heard of the third anime in the third season, have you?
You're not. Actually, no. This guy appears in season 2, I think, doesn't he?
Nope. Only in season 3, as the one where Medabots becomes a car.
Oh, we're talking about Medabots. I thought we were still talking about Digimon for some reason.
No.
Because he does look like another Digimon that does appear in season 2, because I know what this is inspired by. This is inspired by, I think it's like a Buddhist statue. It's a big statue with like very, very wide eyes, and it almost looks like it has tits, but like it's got a lot of it's a doll with very stout hands, a doll-like body, and big circles everywhere. So I thought that it was inspired by that. But
no, I think this is a golem. Let me look real quick. Garuda metal. Okay, Dondogu is a dogu, I guess. But his name in the dub is Gorem too, for some reason. But he's a dogu. I don't know what a dogu is. It looks like a stone statue kind of thing going on here.
Yeah, that is the statue that I was thinking of. It's a humanoid. It's a humanoid statue that is from prehistoric Japan, like 400 BC. It's like early Japan.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And yeah, it is portrayed in a lot of things. It did show up in Digimon. There is a Digimon based off of this design as well. There's also a Yu-Gi-Oh card based off of this design too.
Oh wow. Yeah, because in Japan, the thing is that they make designs around their folklore and whatnot, and they tend to spread them around plenty of shows, especially monster shows. And stuff like that. So you end up seeing repeat designs, like the Kabuto beetle, for example. You see it everywhere. The Kuwagata beetle, you also see it everywhere, because they like to use their stuff.
When a lot of shows are pulling from the same well, it makes sense that there would be kind of crossover with the designs. But I like it. I like how it looks a little bit cartoony compared to a lot of the other designs. But I definitely think it invokes what its inspiration is supposed to be. It almost looks very cute, honestly. What are your opinions on it?
I think it's very cute. I like how the name is like Dondogu, is like he almost has a bit of a vaguely dog-like appearance in a way. I don't know, just the little face.
Oh, I could see it. It's like he's a little guy,
Yeah, he's a little guy. He's also a floating type, so in the third season, he belongs to Yuzuru in the third season. He's just a floaty little guy. He's very small. He's even smaller than your typical Medabot. And he just kind of floats around. He's very cute.
Oh, I like it.
I would say a cutie patootie, honestly.
Same, actually. I would say the same.
What is the... This, I don't know what the fuck. Let me see if it's in here. No, La Pucelle. No, that's not her for sure. Why is she here? The fuck? All right. Well, I don't know who this is. What do you have to say? I just see the ponytail and like the spears and whatever else. I don't know.
It looks like she's jousting on a gun.
In a way, yeah, I guess that. Yeah, I can see it.
Or like a battering ram or something. I think it's supposed to be jousting inspired with the spear and the riding, and it almost looks like I know they're all armor because they're all robots, but it almost looks like she's wearing armor, like armor that is separate from the rest of her design. I mean, jousting's cool. It's dangerous, but it's cool. Do not try that. Do not try it at home, kids. Just go to medieval times or something. But if I knew what she was riding, I think I would like the design more. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel weird about it. Just I like the ponytail and the little cutesy face, but that's it. So for me, it goes on to because I really don't know how to feel about it.
I could see Yeah, I'd say put it in
Because it's like they started with this started very strong, like they started with the head and like made her look super cute, and then they're like just rushed the rest. I don't know what happened.
Like started from the top and then just lost interest as they were going down.
Exactly.
I can see that actually. That's kind of an interesting way. That's an interesting yet not inaccurate way of putting it.
These two, they are two different bots, but they're from the same series. Because I know there's like two of them. I wonder what's the name of the other one. This one is Hardness 10, because Diamond, and the other one, no, Hardness X. Pretty much the same shit. You know, they're very similar.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, here you have Hardness 10, and this is Hardness X. So they're diamonds.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds. It kind of reminds me of that Pokemon that I think has the exact same gem as its centerpiece. Fuck, what was it called? It was like in a movie. Pokemon movie 21? No, 18? No, 20? No, it was 18. I'm getting closer. Hold on. I'm so bad with names, especially like Pokemon names.
Me too. I get it.
Mega Evolution. It has a Mega Evolution, so maybe I'll just like look through there. Bulbapedia, help me out here.
Rage, I know you're like a Pokemon connoisseur. Does this remind you of any Pokemon in particular?
DNC.
DNC? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's also
like
kind of
DNC,
like a diamond rock, precious stone kind of like Mon for sure.
Literally, I think it's the same. I think they're based off of the same exact. I think they're inspired by the same exact gem. Like here. Bring up Pokemon a lot today.
Yeah, she does. I can see the resemblance. Yeah, the Anchi is basically like so cute.
I like that it is a theme. I like that it is a theme. Hold on a second.
I do love Hardness 10 because she does have a face under the helmet. Very cutesy face cute. Under the helmet.
That's very cute.
Bye-bye, Fo. Take care. Thank you for being here.
I think I fuck with the design on the right a bit more because I like the fact that it uses gems as the spearheads for pile drivers, which is really, really cool.
Right?
And it kind of looks like, with the helmet kind of only covering, like, with her eyes glowing through the helmet, it very much gives the I'm not here to fuck around vibes. I would almost probably put the one on the right in, like, the badass category. I'm not sure what to think about the design on the left. Maybe it's because they're side by side, the one on the left looks a little boring by comparison.
Yeah. They are two different ones. It's not a transformation or anything. They're two.
Okay.
It's not a transformation, no. They're two different entities. It's just one is Hardness 10 and the other is Hardness X, which is essentially the same thing. But yeah, they're two
different things, but they're not. They're not.
Yeah. Yeah. So they are both extremely strong. They are hard hitters. Yeah, they're both separate. Yeah, not the same bot.
I'm not sure where to put the first one. Where do you lean on it then?
I don't even know, because if you lift up the helmet, like the window or whatever in the visor, she has such a cute face, so she belongs in the cutie patootie for that alone. But with her eyes obscured, it's just,
So we have
I
to
would
look
say,
that up.
yeah. With her eyes obscured, I would just say good design.
Okay, I'd say good design for the first one.
And the second one,
probably-
badassatron.
Yes.
All right.
It's so funny that those two look more like thematically and design sense similar, but they are not the same. And yet when you look at the centaur design that we saw before, where there is clearly more of an aesthetic and design difference, those are the same. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are the rules?
True. This one is like, I'm here to fuck you up, and I will succeed in doing so, you know?
Yeah, I imagine him like pounding something into the ground the same way that Hulkbuster Iron Man did to Hulk in Avenger 2, like go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Like pile driving into the ground. I remember this guy from the show.
One big fan favorite, yeah, Cyan Dog.
Yeah.
He's a silly little guy. I like him. I think he's sweet.
I like him too. I have massive bias towards this guy from the show.
Yeah. I would say cutie, honestly. He's cute.
Honestly, yeah. Let's put him in cutie. He is dog. he is good doggo.
He is a good boy. And this one, they call him Crosser Dog in the anime. Well, for the dub at least, and in the original, it's Blues Dog. And he's Spike. It's the one where Spike goes to. You know, he uses both Cyan Dog and Crosser Dog or Blues Dog, but he basically upgrades Cyan Dog to Blues Dog.
Okay.
I would say this one is more of a good design. He's also kind of cute, but less so in my opinion. So I would go for a good design.
This is so weird because I agree with you. I feel like he is a better design. But my bias for the original is just like so strong.
Yeah.
Like, I would prefer the original design over this one, even if this one technically, I guess, functions and has like a stronger aesthetic overall. Like I could see this as the upgrade to the other doggo. Yeah, good design. I'm good with good design.
All right. This one, knowing the style, I know it's also a dog type. It's probably the one right after or something. Because of the way it's designed, it feels like it's a Medabots Navi design. Because the Medabots Navi, they all kind of have this feeling to them. I don't know. This is just a skinny blues dog or something. I don't know. That's what it feels like to me.
I can see that.
Blues dog on a diet. He worked out.
Like, and he lost weight and then replaced it with guns and it's like it's like he swapped out his armor but exposed more of his exoskeleton.
Yeah, he's probably faster too. He also has like a snout for a hand, as you can see. Like he has a dog face for a hand. Do you see it?
Yeah, oh, I do see it, yeah. I like that though. I like the whole like claw hand kind of thing. I do fuck with this design a lot. I would probably bare minimum put it in like the good design category.
Yeah.
But I could see it going in badassatron.
I would put it in good design. I don't consider this badass. It's pretty good, but not badass. And I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. We're in the dog category pretty much. I don't know what the fuck they were doing with this guy. Why does he have 2 butt plugs for weapons? But you know,
I think he's supposed to be a pen.
Let's see if he has a name.
He looks like he's got pens for arms.
There's the I think it's Cobalt Setter. Also dog type. Let me make sure though. Yeah, Cobalt Setter. I don't like the visor personally. I think the visor looks weird. He doesn't have a face, kind of. He does, but at the same time, he does not. Timu Cyan Dog, yes.
There's nothing about this design that stands out. Absolutely nothing about this design that stands out or is interesting, honestly.
Just weirdly angular, 2 just really pointy weapons. I think he's a melee type. It's just...
He looks like an exoskeleton that doesn't have his armor on yet.
Yeah, he forgot his armor at home.
Like, he looks naked.
For me, honestly.
For me, too.
Get the fuck out of here, you mid shit. I think this one is a girly. Let me make sure. Lovely dog. Yeah, girly. She just called Lovely Dog. That's all. Very cute, honestly.
Yeah, same.
I love the dress. Like, there's the little dress armor around her. Very. She's just very sassy, very out there. I love her. She also has very nice colors.
She almost gives me Ojo-sama vibes. Like I agree with you. Like, very sassy, very like in control or like in commanding kind of thing.
Love the pigtail gun kind of thing she has going on.
That's such a cool addition. I would almost put this one in the hot category.
She's a cutie patootie for me, but I can see why she would be hot. Well then, I don't know. Cutie patootie or hot? Damn.
we could why not put it in hot, because we only have so many in there.
Sure, you can do that. Pretty hot, actually.
Pretty hot.
This thing is a doll. She's kind of terrifying, because look at her looking at you with them big old eyes. She's
looking at me with them big old eyes.
Yeah. She's like super articulated. Yeah, she's a doll. Let me see what her name is. Is it Olympia?
Like
yeah, Olympia.
Colors, she would be the villain in like a Junji Ito story or something.
So yeah, she's called Olympia. That's her concept art.
I like it. I like it. It's unique.
She's quite interesting, yeah. She's very interesting.
It's unique, but not like cluttered or anything. It might take you a second to understand where the design philosophy comes from, but the simplicity in the vacant stare of her face, I think, does a lot. So it's like, even if you don't understand what all the inspirations are from, like, I think this is supposed to instill some kind of fear, and it does. I would put it... I'd say good design.
Good design. Yeah, good design.
Yeah.
Feels alright to me. Oh, I'm so tall. This I really don't vibe with this guy. Like, let me see if he has a name here. If he's in the list.
Are those two based on the same thing? Because they have the same headpiece and the same general body.
Possibly, yeah. They're not transformations of each other, but they're probably part of the same series.
By the same thing. Yeah.
let's see, Moondragon, Medarot 1. Because they look like they're part of the same series. The Ancient, yeah, they're part of the same series. Dragon 1, Dragon 2. The other one is called the Ancient. So, yeah, they're just dragons. It doesn't say much more other than dragons. So, I personally think this is a vast improvement upon the series. This was the very first of the series, and you can see that it is. He looks like a prototype. So, yeah.
I can see that, but even like the upgraded design, it still feels kind of bland to me, in a way.
Yeah, it's better, but yeah, and for me, the combinations of yellow, blue, and red scream toy to me. I cannot take these designs seriously because they look like toys. They have toy colors, very primary colors going on here.
They look like something I would find in a bootleg store in like Chinatown or something.
Yeah, they look like a bargain bin kind of thing.
Which is funny because I was in the city on Friday with my family, and we kept taking detours from where we were going, stepping into like these big novelty stores, and they would have like all of these anime figures and posters, and I'm walking by them, I'm like, bootleg, maybe real, bootleg. This feels like something I would find in that store. Because it was like, it would be like a Dragon Ball, it would be like Goku with a scouter on and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't think that's real or something. Or like the hair would be wrong or something like that. So I'd put them both in maybe. Or maybe the second one in good design, but the first one definitely in
Yeah, the first one is, I don't fuck with that. This one, I guess it's a good design, yeah. This, you can clearly tell that this is a transformation.
It's a Komodo dragon.
A Komodo dragon? Well, yeah, like, maybe it is. Moondragon, Antula, is it that? Let me see what Antula is. It does not say. Druid. It's not Dragon Beetle for sure, because I think, no. So it could be Druid, but I'm not sure. I'm not what a Druid is. I'm not sure what a Druid is, so no idea. But yeah, I kind of don't give a shit about this design, I'm not gonna lie.
I think the dragon is kind of cool. The original design, it's like, okay, I don't really know what I'm looking at with the... Yes, I like the saw blade kind of thing, but it just sort of comes off as it just looks a bit awkward.
It just looks like a Chinese dragon to me. Like the second one is pretty much a Chinese dragon.
It's a transformer. It's a beast transformer, basically. I'll put them both in What do you think?
I think the transformation is clever in its design, honestly. Because if it's supposed to be a Chinese dragon, yeah, you can tell. You can tell. It's very good at telling you that. But the first one is pretty I'm like, what the fuck is this? But the second one, yeah, you can see the eyes, you can see the little antennae. Kind of reminds you of like a cheap version of Shenron or something. You know?
Yeah, it is kind of a cheap version. A cheap version of Shenron is like an interesting way to put it, but not an inaccurate one.
So this one definitely or zoom out because I have to zoom in a lot every time. Definitely I think this one is a good design. What do you say? No?
Yeah, I can see it as good design.
I like how people are like, no! They disagree with me. No. The bug-eyed whiskered tapeworm, yep. This one is one of the newer ones. I think this one is also an Orimeda. I am not sure though, but it's really pretty. I don't think there's any. It's probably druid. I think that's druid.
Oh wait, his head looks like a deer.
He looks like a bug to me, but
Well, look above like the metal screen. You see the nose.
yeah.
You see like the little animal nose with the ears and the antlers.
True. Yeah, I see it.
And,
Shit, well,
and he's
what
kinda
is a
got this
druid? Do you
spot.
know?
A druid is a it's basically a nature wizard. It's a very popular class in Dungeons and Dragons. So like they're basically like people that are able to perform magic by deriving that energy from nature itself. So like they're able to transform, they're able to control plants, they can talk to animals, stuff like that.
Add 60 seconds.
I see what you mean about this being one of the newer designs, because it's very different compared to a lot of the other designs that we've seen. You can tell that this is a inherently different design philosophy compared to a lot of the other things we've come across.
It's designed by someone else. It's not designed by Rin Homura, who did a lot of the earlier designs. Also, ads are going to happen in like a minute. Would you like to take a break, or would you like to continue?
I can continue. I can continue for now. I would say it's a good design.
Yeah, I honestly really like this design. It's quite elegant, I don't know, just something about it. It's quite pretty. You can see all the gold and whatnot. I really like it. Good design.
No, I really, really like it.
Ow.
How many more do we have?
Well, you will not like that answer.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yep. A lot.
I'm thinking, oh, we got like 2 more hours. Like maybe we'll be able to. Ooh. I really underestimate the depths of Medabots.
Yep. So this one is a beetle, but also a dragonfly at the same time. Let's see, it's dragon beetle. Yes, it's just a dragonfly. I'm not sure why it's called dragon beetle, but it's literally a dragonfly. That's what it is.
Beetle would imply it's got horns, but I don't think it's got any horns.
Yeah. No, not really. This guy also appears in the first anime.
I don't remember him.
He shows up in a single episodes. If you remember the episode about airplanes, where you have femjets, and the Medabi learns to use aerial parts. Trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember, but it's like
you don't remember the one episode where they have an airplane pilot. And they want Medabi and Iki want to learn about how to fly in the air, and then they make shitty meta parts because they don't have any aerial parts, and the Medabi basically defeats himself with his stupidity. And this guy shows up briefly at the end.
All right, I don't remember it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Again, I still remember only bits and pieces of the full anime, but it's cute. There's not a lot to the design. What are you thinking? It's just a dragonfly. Oh,
yeah.
There it is. Oh wait. Okay, I think it's coming back to me a little bit.
He's solid. That's it. He's just a solid design. I don't have much else to say. Just good design, I guess.
Good design. It does everything that I think it wants to do, but that's about all we can say.
Yeah. There's not much else to say about it. The other one is also a dragonfly, but it's more animalistic than the first one for sure.
Like
I think it's
tank.
yeah, Sete King. That's what it's called.
It's a good design.
It conveys what it needs to. It's just weird that it has hands. It just, for whatever reason, has hands.
Its hands are a little like weirdly out of place, but it also doesn't feel like a Medabot. It just feels like a drone.
Yeah.
Like a drone. Maybe they added the hands because it's like, oh, otherwise it's not really gonna be a robot necessarily. It's very funny to me that they overcomplicated Metal Garurumon's design because I'm assuming they didn't want like a purely bipedal Medabot because it's like, oh, but then it wouldn't be like a Medabot. I'm like, okay, this is just a bug drone with hands. Like it doesn't even have a face.
They were likely designed by different people too, so we gotta keep that in mind. Because Metal Garurumon is very recent. This one I think is older. Let me see which game it came from. Sete King. Medarot 9. Okay, so it's not as old as I thought, but it's still older than Metal Garurumon for sure.
Okay, I am aware of that like different designers come in and work on different things, but it feels like there is still like some kind of consistency that they try to go for a little bit with these. So I think it's just funny that like kind of one looks like this and another like one gets a pass looking like this and another was designed like in a different way. I think it's an okay design. I don't really have like it serves its function, but I also don't really like similar to what we just saw. It's like it doesn't really invoke anything outside of it just serving its function. You know? What do you think?
Good design. It's a solid design. Really.
Solid design.
These three, they're part of like the same theme. They're part of like the detective kind of thing. They have a detective. They're not in here in the list. I know that I know the name of these two, but not this one. I forgot the name of this guy. But they're all within the detective theme. This guy, I find it like his feet are fucking hilarious. They're just tiny cars. I don't know. He just looks like a mini Gundam with cars for feet.
He also is like wearing a suit and tie, which I find very funny.
Detective.
Oh wait, is he posing like Phoenix Wright? Is that the joke?
Maybe? I don't know, actually.
He kind of looks like he almost looks like something that would come right out of that series. He does look like a lawyer. And I like how you mentioned that he's got like car parts on him, like his feet are cars, and he's got the front exhaust of a car on his crotch. It's very funny, honestly.
It is. I like the design. I think it's good.
It's funny, but not unappealing. I would say good design.
Yeah, same. The next one, I fucking love her. She's an absolute cutie patootie. Her name is Wonderbell, and God, she's so adorable. Look at her ponytail. I actually happen to have her model. She's very, very cute. I should be able to find her within the Medabots thing.
Bust her out like the other ones?
Yeah, but I have to do it manually because the redemption makes it random. I have to find it manually, and no, she's not hard to find. The thing is just really huge. The blueprint. So, do There you go, there she is.
Oh, so cute.
Hello, man. Miles, how you doing? And she looks even cuter with the glasses.
She does look cute. Like, the glasses weirdly fit.
Uh-huh. Her hair shape reminds me of Peach a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bangs specifically.
I could see it. It's like, it almost looks like if Princess Peach was an office worker.
Yeah. So she's an absolute cutie patootie, no questions asked. For me, at least.
No, I agree.
I'm the king of this here castle.
Ooh, we're getting raided by Chels. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Chels. How you doing? How was your stream? Hello, everybody. Frost Queen VR, thank you so much for becoming a Calibite. Welcome. Let's see what you were doing, Chels. You were playing Overwatch 2. I'm so sorry. Do you not like, have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Marvel Rivals? Let's see what Frosty has to say about you. Chels are the Destroyer, more like Chels are the Overwatcher. Wow, so funny. This Gremlin Catgirl VTuber seems to be on a bit of an Overwatch 2 kick lately. When they're not busy destroying in-game, they're probably reacting to stuff on YouTube. Either way, grab some snacks and enjoy the show. Absolutely. Chels is a very sweet person. Absolutely follow her. Chels, if you need to step away and take care of yourself, you know, do the after-stream care, by all means do so. And if you aren't familiar with me, Cali Ho, designation Calidori, robot variety streamer and artist from Portugal, and today we are raiding Medabots, and I am accompanied by the lovely Bolts. Would you like to introduce yourself to the raiders?
Woo! Hi everybody, Bolts the Mechanic, retro mechanic VTuber, heavily inspired by some of mine and maybe some of your favorite retro video games of all time, like Ratchet & Clank, Jak and Daxter, or Sly Cooper. I do a bunch of retro-themed and retro and nostalgic adjacent content over on my channel, whether it's reaction content. I share a lot of fun facts about old media like video games, cartoons, and anime, and sometimes I even play games on Twitch. Like a lot of older games, either like through emulation or sometimes if I can, I'll play them on original hardware and see if they still hold up. And I'm happy to join Callie today as we go down memory lane and critique / judge a lot of robot designs. A lot. I'm happy to be here.
Hell yeah, I'm glad to have you. Thank you so much for shouting out Chels and for also upgrading her. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You haven't played Marvel Rivals yet? You should. It's so fun. Blizzard is fighting for their life. Blizzard is fighting for their life right now because Marvel Rivals is so fun. Ray Destray, thank you so much for upgrading. You're upgrading Rita VT. Thank you so much. And y'all initiated a hype train. That's insane. Thank you. And of course, thank you to Glacius2002 for following, becoming a Calibite. Thank you.
Hype.
Hype. I don't actually have anything that happens during hype trains. I'm still trying to come up with something that is fun that happens during hype trains. I'm struggling to figure out what, but I gotta come up with something. Until then, you know, thank you so much for the hype train. And let's continue. So, this girly goes into that cutie patootie category. So we have all these categories here. Badassatron, cutie patootie, pretty hot actually, you know, for those robots we're down bad for. And we've been having exclusively women here. God, I love women. Good design, practical, what the hell am I looking at? And kill it with fire for those Medabots that you just don't want to see anymore. You just want them dead, you know?
We'll come across one guy-coded design that goes in the
pretty hot actually.
Like pretty hot actually. It'll happen at some point.
So this one honestly reminds me of like Amelia Watson's character, you know, the little mascot that she used to have. Because it's a detective dog. It's just a detective dog, and his name is Sidekicky.
His name is Sidekicky?
Yes.
That's kind of funny.
It is funny. I think he's cute.
I was gonna say cutie patootie because it's just a cute little guy.
He's a little guy. Just look at him. He's doing his job. He's such a good boy. The next two that we are seeing are the same bot but transformed. The name is, I believe, Ugly Duck, funnily enough. Even though there's nothing ugly about this duck. She's actually quite cute.
Very cute, actually. I think it's funny that she just transforms into a duck.
Yeah, she just becomes a duck. That's it.
It's not even like a particularly elaborate transformation. It's just helmet closes, hands go up, and that's about it.
Quack, quack. That's it. That's all you need. Duck.
It's not
if
even
it
like
broke, don't fix it.
You could barely call it a transformation.
Yeah.
But I would put both in like kind of cutie patootie, actually.
I agree. Absolute cutie patootie. So I wish I could grab two of them and put them there, but now I have to do it. Panasonic Beret. We're going to one of the fan favorites, Blackmail. Funnily enough, it's called Blackmail in the original. They translated it to Black Ram because Blackmail is a weird name. You know, just why would you name your bot Blackmail? One of them is Blackmail X. They're essentially the same, except Blackmail X is slightly more powerful. And they're almost the same design. They're basically the same thing, except one of them has eyes, has like glowing eyes inside the mouth, and the other one doesn't. It's the devil type. You can see like the goat. Yeah, the goat theme, the Baphomet theme. So yeah, that's it really.
I don't see that much of a difference between the two. It looks like one just has more bolts on it, actually. And the eye emphasis in the mouth. But I would kind of lump these two designs together since there isn't really... It's a little bit like the duckling thing where it's like, is it really that much of a transformation?
This is not a transformation, they're two separates.
They're two separates? Why are they two separates if they look that similar to each other?
Yeah, sometimes I don't know why they're like probably, oh, it's just like Blackmail, except it's slightly improved. You know how companies do that sometimes, where it's like essentially the same thing, but with a very mild improvement. I think the one with eyes has better stats, but that's about it.
It reminds me of that homework meme. Like, hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, but just like... change it slightly so you don't get caught.
This is my original character, and you just give them eyes.
Yeah, it literally is just like that. This is like someone taking a pre-existing character, giving them like eyelashes or something. It's like, look at my OC, guys. Totally original, do not steal. Joking aside, I would kind of put them in Badassatron.
I agree. They're pretty strong too. Like they hit hard.
Really strong designs. Even if one is just like a slight improvement or slight tweak on the other, it's the base design is still really good.
Yeah, they're equally badass, really. We're on the devil category here. Yeah, sorry.
For those who don't know, the category Badassatron is a reference to the recent Transformers movie.
We're in the devil category here. Belzelga, fan favorite, also appears a few times in the anime. Doesn't look as much like a devil to me, even though it is a devil type. I really like the gas mask thing he has going on. He also has Destroy on his arm, so he hits so hard that the arm just disintegrates after it has a single use.
Interesting.
I'm turning back. There you go. So yeah, the arms are Destroy. They use it once, it does a fuck ton of damage, but also destroys the arm.
Kind of reminds me. It's funny that you said that. Well, first off, every time like we get into like the demon and angel categories, I giggle a little bit about how you said that there is just a bug Medabot out there called Atheist.
Atheist, yes. It's so funny.
It's just very funny to me. This doesn't look like an angel or a demon to me. It looks like a moth.
Yeah, it just looks like a bug, really.
Yeah. Like even the gas mask, it could, like there are poisonous insects that have like poison spores. So I thought the mask was a reference to that, actually.
Yeah. Belzalga is a devil type. Let me reconfirm, but I'm pretty sure Belzalga, yeah, devil.
I'd say it's a good design. The
Belzalga
whole, like,
is a really good design.
Disintegrating their arm in combat seems like a massive oversight that could bite them in the ass during combat.
You have to strategize well, with this guy.
You really gotta make those hits count.
Because that's the thing with Medabots is that a lot of the time you're not fighting with one, just the anime, since it focuses on friendship. It makes more sense to just have one, as in they're sentient, they're your friends, but by game rules you can use up to 3, so you can strategize with 2 others and make Belzalga's moves count a bit more. So you're not just like destroying both arms and then oops, what now? You could have a bot that restores parts, for example, so that Belzalga can keep attacking. That's a possibility.
I could see that. I say good design then.
Yeah, I agree. Good design. And I'm just gonna surprise you real quick with this one. She's called Blossomil, and yes, this is a badass girl. I like the silence. You're like, I want her to fold me. Like, you want her to fold you, don't you?
Dude,
you
so
want
we
to
were
be
talking about
folded.
Digimon before, and it's like kind of giving me Lady Devimon vibes a little bit.
Yeah, she is a devil too, so.
Yes, I would probably put her in the like hot category personally. Because
I do know somebody who's super down bad for Blossomil too.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No, it's not just you.
It is a badass, very strong design, but there is a presence to it that feels distinctly sexy a little bit compared to some of the other ones. That is my opinion, though. At the very least, I would put her in
Badassatron for me, at least.
Yeah, I could see either one. You know what? Let's lean towards like Badassatron.
Yeah, I can imagine you're going to look her up afterwards. Be like, oh,
Maybe.
Blossomil, damn.
Let's see how much energy and time I have after this stream for my alone time. Yeah, same thing with the Hound, because the Hound look is just cool.
It's a goat, actually. I know it looks like a Houndoom a little bit, but it's a goat, yeah. I
really
think it's based off of the Baphomet.
Yeah, Baphomet. I can definitely see that.
There's a ton, Run. There's so many. My god. So
There's
I believe these two
are
new. I'm not sure if it's a transformation or if they're 2 separate ones, but these have insane magical girl kind of vibe to them. I don't know. I don't know what they are.
Magical girl vibes. Like kind of Madoka vibes, honestly.
I think they're from a collab because of just how distinct they look. They're likely from a collab.
I would
bad
say they're both good designs.
The Medarot S Wiki is no longer available. I would love to see what their names are.
Damn it. I would say they're both good designs.
Yeah, I think the first one is cutie patootie material. What do you think?
I can kind of see that. It doesn't really scream cute to me as much as it screams menacing. Because of like
face.
Yeah, she's got a cute little face, but she's also got like hand tentacles that look like they want to rip my face off.
Exactly. It's adorable.
Okay, how about the first one, cutie patootie, and then the second one in good design?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Oh my god, how many pots are there? That is a good question.
There's still a lot of them.
Halfway through.
Oh yeah, oh so many. Oh look at them all.
We are not even halfway through.
No, we are not.
Jesus
We're not even gonna get to
Christ.
Medabots. Are you serious? Maybe we are. I don't know. But we'll probably
Medabots
not even
is
get
like
to Medabots.
8 rows down. We are not getting to Medabots today. Are you kidding me?
This one, I don't know what the fuck am I looking at, really. Just, I don't know. Looks like a pencil sharpener.
I don't know what this is supposed to be.
Yeah, what the fuck am I looking at?
Are they... Wait, is he supposed to be like art supplies?
Oh, yeah, art. Are you art supplies?
No, he looks like art supplies. Like the head looks like a... Like if you go back to the design...
Yeah, like dead pile, that's what it's called.
The head looks like a pencil.
Eagle? Huh?
The legs... Eagle? No.
No fucking way.
No, I don't see that at all. The head looks like a pencil. The bottom looks like an eraser. The arms look like he has pencil sharpeners attached. This looks like I smashed my art supplies together.
Yeah,
Mosquito?
this is what the fuck am I looking at? 100%.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. There's no design consistency here. I don't know what I'm looking at.
I truly don't. This one, you know, very Egyptian, and I think it's a Sphinx. Let me look though. King Pharaoh, Egypt. That's the theme. Egypt. Thanks. It looks like a Sphinx to me. You know.
I do like the Sphinx design. She kind of reminds me of that Animal Crossing character that everybody...
Anka, of course, yeah.
Yes. So much art of her everywhere.
Yep. Can blame Zoom for it.
I think I voiced some art of her in it. Yeah, but I like it. I think this is a good design. I don't know how combat practical it is. It doesn't look like it would have a lot of speed going for it, but maybe it's a tank type.
It is probably also, it has beans.
It's got beans. I like that they added the detail that there are beans underneath the pyramid base, even though there is like no way you would see those beans probably in combat unless you literally flipped this thing.
Imagine you have this as like your bot and you're like, show me those beans, and just flip the whole bot.
As I was like designing my new model, I really did research into just how popular beans are.
They're very popular. People of beans.
Extremely popular.
Let's see if there's other art of King Pharaoh. This is a man. Okay, this is a man.
This is an absolute...
There are no beans here. They actually added the beans later on. That's funny.
Interesting.
This is older art, so they were like, this boy needs beans, and they added beans.
See, they too understood the power of the beans.
They know the power. I would say good design for this one. What do you think?
I would also say good design, yeah.
Kaliho, Dreaming Honu. Christmas was pretty good. Hope yours was good too. We're going into the elephant category. These two are elephants. They're just part of the same series. So this is Megafants, used a few times in the anime. Basically, mostly a defensive. Just has two shields. I'm not sure what the head does, but yeah, it's an elephant.
Why are its hands clown faces?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Like, I like the wrecking ball trunk, basically, and he's an absolute unit, but then his hands just stand out in a very awkward way. Like,
Yeah.
it almost contrasts with the rest of the design. If it wasn't for those hands, I would probably put this in like good design category.
Goes into
I would put it in now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're probably
it is a
supposed to be
bit all weird.
shields, but like, why do they look like that?
Probably based off of something we don't know. I have no idea.
Why they look like that though?
This guy, the thing that sells him for me, even though I don't particularly like the rest of the design, is a little bird.
His little bird, like the random ass bird that just happens to be part of his design on his trunk. Like, that has to be attached to him if it's part of the design.
It does. It is attached, yes.
Is that supposed to be like his target radical? Like, does he
Maybe.
line up the bird with his trunk in order to? Because the trunk is supposed to be a cannon, and I'm guessing the arms have like those attachments to mount to like bolt him to the ground to fire, which he's probably like a glass cannon then, not the most practical in terms of combat. But I just think it's funny that if we got his POV and how he lines up his shot, he has to look at this bird's butt and line it up with his target in order to fire his cannon.
I don't even know why you would need that as a target reticle, because the trunk already shows you.
Yeah, well, the way that like it works is if you were like firing a gun or something, you would have like the things at the tip of the gun on top, and you would line up with that. But you could have just added that to the trunk. Instead, it's like, nah, Woodstock, like the bird from Peanuts, basically. Who I didn't realize his name was Woodstock until I watched that 70s show. Because there's a joke in that show where one of them gets a tattoo of the little bird on their ass. It's funny. Outside of that, yeah, like if you look at him front facing, like in that picture, it's very funny.
Giga Fan, that's his name.
Yeah,
this
look
is
at
so goofy.
It's like you're staring down the barrel of a cannon and then bird right there. Bird.
Yeah, just this thing is so oddly designed. It's such an odd design to me. Look at this thing, just
like, I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to be a tank, and again, it uses it probably uses the attachments on the shoulders in order to like steer and ground himself. It just looks odd.
Yeah.
It serves its function, but it does so in like a weirdly unconventional way. It almost makes me love it in a way. Like in a charming kind of way, but it's also like, what?
Yeah, it is. It's just gigantic and very unconventional. I'm not sure where to place this guy, honestly, because I'm not too fond of the design. But I don't know, the bird just sells it for me. Oh. Bolts? Did Bolts die? Oh no, Bolts? Hello, Bolts? You good? Is your internet shitting the bed? Oh no! Oh no! Technical difficulties, everybody! Ah! I'm in jail. I'm in jail. They're not responding. Oh no. Oh fuck. I hope they're not having internet problems. Because they just straight up disconnected. It just disappeared. Oh, they're offline. Oh my god. Shit. They're offline. Oh my god. Finally gave me. You're back? Yo! What happened? Did your internet die?
I guess so, which is weird because I know I'm the only one using my internet at this time, so I don't know. My internet's been very weird the past couple of days. I don't know if it's like a holiday thing, but yeah, my internet just crapped out. I had to connect to a different server, but I'm back. I'm good now.
Have you restarted your router recently? Because sometimes it's just needed.
Recently, no, but I'll do that before I go to sleep. I think we're good.
Yeah, definitely put a little reminder. Sometimes it's just necessary to dump out the temp files and all the junk that the router has been piling. You should do that, I think, once a month or something.
Good idea.
So, how far did you hear me?
We were in the middle of saying what category it was in, and I was going with and then around then is when I cut out. Well, and I was like, I just missed what you were saying.
Just saying that, yeah, I agree. Put it in just the one thing that sells it about him is the little birdie, but it's not enough for me to consider it anything more than an Now, Bone Cracker. Is it that one? Yeah. Bone Cracker. That's the name of this thing.
It's called Bone Cracker when it has saw blades on it.
It's an Epicyon. I don't know what that is. Do you happen to know?
A what?
Epicyon?
An Epicyon is... It looks like a jackal. Oh, it's a hyena. A big... Like a prehistoric hyena.
Okay, I do not see it. I don't know what I'm looking at, honestly. What the fuck am I looking at? It looks
more like a crocodile than anything.
Yeah, it looks like a weird... I don't know, man. Looks like a toy to me.
I'm not getting any canine... Yeah. It is a prehistoric hyena that has long since been extinct. Like it used to hunt dinosaurs, basically.
Wow.
Which is kind of badass, if you think about it.
True.
I am getting none of that from this design at all. If you were to ask me what animal it was based off of, I was like, oh, like maybe a reptile or like an alligator or something because of the snout and stuff. It looks fine. Like, I don't know why it's called Bone Crusher when there's nothing about the design that invokes crushing. Like,
yeah,
should it be called Bone Slicer because it's got the saw drills?
Yeah,
like
true. I don't know. Sometimes the names make no sense. Like, I wouldn't even bother questioning it.
I'll say
Yeah. Or either that or what the fuck am I looking at? Just what the hell am I looking at?
Actually, yeah, put in what the hell am I looking at, because I don't know what this is supposed to be, and looking it up did not help at all.
Yeah, and now we go to the actual Anka. She appears in the anime. Her name is Empress Patra, and she specializes in mimicry. She can basically change her arms to whatever part she wants.
Smash.
She's pretty hot, actually, for me.
She's very, very hot. And usually I'm not big on like lamias or like snake creatures. I'm a furry, not a scaly.
Yeah,
but
I'm looking at her like her whole, not the arms specifically, but just like her figure. She's so pretty. I don't know, something about her.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, despite the snakes being a prominent part of the design, I love the silhouette and like I love like the curves and everything so much more, where it's like it doesn't matter to me. So that's why like I would put it in the I put it in the hot category.
Pretty hot, actually.
Pretty hot,
I actually should send this to Zone and be like, oh look, Anka kind of exists in the Medabots world.
Kinda. She does give like similar vibes. There's just something about the Egyptian aesthetic that is sometimes just inherently sexy.
True. This one, let's see what the name of it is.
This guy looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah. Theodora Beryl. It's an emerald. That's it.
That's it. It's just an emerald.
It's an emerald.
Cool.
I'd say It's not bad, but also I kind of don't care about it.
Yeah, same. It's such a simple inspiration too. Like, we've had designs with like gemstones at the centerpiece, but they had way more to offer than this thing does.
You know, you gotta have bland designs so the good ones can shine, I guess.
True. Very true.
This one is called Prowl Viper, I believe. Let me confirm. Yeah, Prowl Viper. She is an Uriel. Looks like a dragon to me, kind of like snake dragon a little bit.
I like how his tail is a question mark. That feels a bit random. I like the vibe. I like the like kind of poisonous vibe, like the purple poisonous viper aesthetic that they're going for.
Yeah.
It fits. It's very. I'm a big sucker for like face ornaments turning into cannons. Like, I just like that as an aesthetic. Ouroboros, that's what I was thinking of. It does give Ouroboros vibes.
Right.
I wish I could see the rest of it. This angle sucks because...
Let's see. Well, she has a page, so...
Let's see. Oh! That's what the rest of her body looks like? I was not thinking that from that angle. Click on that for a sec, just so we can see the full design.
These are 3DS screenshots, so they're kind of small.
So she is basically an Ouroboros, or like a Medusa kind of inspired thing.
What's in Uriel? Can you look it up?
I can.
Uriel.
I will be on research deck.
Because people can see my browser, so it's a bit more awkward for me to do it.
Scroll up for a sec so I get the right spelling down, because some of these names are weird. E-Y-E-U-R-Y.
Yeah.
A-L-E. In Ariel, in Greek mythology, was the name of several mythological figures, including Ariel, one of the 3 Gorgon sisters. All right, so she is loosely connected to Medusa, who was a Gorgon. Gorgons were creatures in Greek mythology that were like half woman, half serpent, basically.
That makes sense. That's why she has such a human body.
Yeah, like a human... It's kind of like the centaur, where it's very much a human top, mostly woman top, or feminine top, with a lower body of a snake. So think of it like a cross, so basically a lamia in a lot of ways. But this is specifically harkening back to the Gorgon sisters, which included Medusa and her 2 sisters. That explains, I guess, the pipes, or like the things on the head, which I guess are also supposed to be snakes. I think it's weird that her tail ends in a question mark. I'm not really sure why that's there. like that just feels a little out of place when the rest of the
Yeah.
design philosophy seems so consistent. I would put this in good design. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
There's
Absolutely
like one or
agree.
two things
It's a
that are
good
weird,
design.
but overall, it
Yeah.
is a good design.
It doesn't take away from the goodness of the design for sure.
Yeah, and now we've got the Ava crossovers.
You recognize these designs?
Yeah, from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh yeah, they had an Evangelion design. I don't know shit about Evangelion.
How
So
to do
I'll
in a
let you
pop
take
nice.
I will let you take the wheel for this one. And
Okay,
Tranquil,
so-
thank you for the 15 months. Appreciate it.
So, Evangelion, classic anime that arguably defined both like flipped on its head a lot of anime conventions at the time and then sort of like redefined a lot of other ones. Is some of it was like a play on / commentary on the mech genre that was very popular at the time. So basically it takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity is like mostly wiped out. Like most of humanity got wiped out because God, quote unquote, sent these like giant kaiju looking things called angels down to Earth to just fuck up humanity. So humanity took some of the corpses of those angels that they defeated and turned them into mechs. And those mechs, for plot reasons that I won't spoil, could only be piloted by teenagers who are plagued with a bunch of mental problems.
Oh, fantastic. Give a mentally ill teenager a robot, like a mech. Great idea.
Basically, that's why a lot of people say it was sort of a deconstruction of like the mech or Gundam genre at the time, because if you really think about it, a lot of the teenagers that piloted those mechs were not okay. You look at the main character in Gundam Wing and the dude is freaking insane if you really think about some of the things that he says and does. But those mechs that humanity used were called AVAs, like EVAs. I forget what the acronym actually stands for, but yeah. So these first three are models 1, 0, and 2 respectively.
Okay.
The purple one is one of the most iconic. It's the one piloted by the main character. And looking at them, they're pretty faithful. They're pretty faithful adaptations of the designs with additions to, but I also see where the additions come. The attachments on their arms are not part of their original designs, but I know why they're added. Because in the show and because in the franchise, they would sometimes have to use weapons that that were like provided for them. Like the one on the right, the red one, she's got like a big sword because an iconic scene in the anime is her stabbing the heart of an angel with like a saw dagger, basically.
Right.
And the white one, Unit 0, had to use like a giant missile as a weapon at one point. So I like the fact that they took kind of iconic things from the show and sort of made them attachment weapons for the main bodies.
Yeah.
I like all three of these, personally.
Where would you put them?
At the very least, I would put them in good design, kind of bordering on Badassatron, actually. At the very least, I think the purple and red one would maybe go in Badassatron, and we could probably put the white one in good design. The white one, which was version 0, I believe. I could be wrong. It's been a while. But it was like one of the first ones, and it's by default the blandest and least powerful. So I could probably put that in good design and put the other two, which are iconic. I think the fact that they capture the iconicness, like it translates really well to the Medabot aesthetic. Now these other two are not from the original series.
Okay.
They are more so from the reboot movies that came out a couple of years ago, which was basically the director sort of retelling the story in a slightly different way. I think this is Unit 3 and Unit 4. Now,
Okay.
the weapons they're wielding are actually based off of heavenly weapons from the Bible, like the Spear of Logness, which was believed to be the spear that pierced Jesus Christ on the cross. There's a lot of religious imagery in the show. Like it's
Gotcha.
These two are less iconic. I do still think that they're good. I would probably put them in good design though.
The first one reminds me of a shark. It has a shark face.
It's more, a lot of them have like very pointy, angular faces and shoulders. The idea, I think, is that they're supposed to, like, their body type is supposed to look very humanoid, with protruding armor sticking out of them. That's why, like, they'll have very pointy faces or shoulder guards or knee guards and stuff like that.
Is this one also from Evangelion?
No, I don't think so. Unless it's based off of one of the angels, but I don't recognize that design.
I don't know where it's from, but I have no idea what to think about it. It just looks evil. That's all I gotta say about it.
It looks like... It almost looks like it's sea serpent inspired. Can't really tell. The skull on the face is... The skull on the front is kind of interesting. Is this not in the wiki?
The wiki is down.
List?
No, I think it's too
list
recent.
Okay.
Great, yeah, no, it's not. I don't... No, it isn't. Sadly, it isn't. So I don't know.
Cool. I guess.
I'm tempted to put it on What the Hell Am I Looking At, because I truly cannot tell
it is
what
from
the fuck it's
Evangelion.
supposed
That
to
means
be.
it is based. Chat says it is from Evangelion. That means it's based off of one of the angels. Little context about the angels. So even though we call them angels, because they come from the sky, and the show implies that like God is sending them to, kind of like the plagues of the Bible, God is sending them down to like wipe out humanity because we fucked up. They do not look like angels at all. They look like weird,
menacing.
Yeah, no, they look evil. They look like these giant. They look like kaiju with their skeletons exposed, basically. So this is probably based off of one of the angels. Like the prophecy was like God would send a specific number of angels down to Earth. And I think the idea is like, okay, if we can just stop all these angels, then we can like survive and figure shit out. Hold on, let me look them up real quick to see like which angel this is probably based off of. Evangelion angels. Images. This one is... Let's see. Oh, I know which one this is based off of. That's such a low quality image though. That's better. Hold on, I'm gonna send you the screenshot. I know which one this is based off of. And you can kind of show chat. God, I didn't think I'd be talking about Evangelion in a Medabots stream, but here we are.
Yeah, because they had some collabs for sure. They're still having new ones, so you know.
They're still having collabs. I was doing research for a content creator I work for, like basically about noteworthy stuff that came out. I think Ava had like a crossover with Godzilla just a few months ago.
Ooh.
But that's also because the director worked on a Godzilla film. But yeah, that is what one of the angels looks like.
Let's see. Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
The white one almost reminds me of Skull Greymon, funnily enough.
It does look a bit like Skull Greymon. I can see that. It does look like one of those dark Digimon designs. I can 100% see that. Which is funny because Digimon did take some design philosophy from like the Bible and heavenly creatures too. Like I'm not particularly religious. I'm a deist, but I will say some of like the artwork that portrays like some of the angels and stuff like that. That stuff is kind of interesting in like a weird kind of way. Once you get to the elephants with wings in the Bible, it gets very interesting as a design philosophy. I would say probably good design. Like I can see where the inspiration is from. It looks terrifying, but I think that's the point.
Yeah, it's supposed to look evil. Yep. Okay, back to the Medabots thing. This guy is very popular because, you know, he's kind of based on, I think, a wolf or something. His name is Greed, and he's... Well, he looks like a wolf or something to me, but apparently he's a dragon bone. Whatever that is.
A dragon bone.
Doesn't look like a dragon to me, because, you know, of the bipedal nature of him, but...
A dragon bone is a weapon.
Oh,
no, wait, that's from Jujutsu Kaisen. Sorry, that was like the first thing that came up on Google. Dragon bone species? No, dragon bones are just like kind of a word for certain fossilized remains.
huh, okay.
I'm not seeing that at all. The dude looks like a Kamen Rider character, actually.
Yeah. I don't know. He is a solid design, but he does not represent what he claims to represent.
Yeah.
So I don't know where to put him.
I don't really know where to put him either. If we can't like hit where like the inspiration is from, does the design stand on its own? Like, do we think the design is appealing on its own?
I think it stands on its own, honestly.
I do too. I could see some of the quote-unquote dragon inspirations, like with the claws and the feet and stuff. The exoskeleton, maybe it's supposed to be skeletal a little bit, and that's where it gets its like bone name from. But it's cool. I'd say it's a good design.
Yeah. May not nail the theme very well, but it is a solid design, so... This one, I'm not sure what to think about her, because I don't like her big fucking hands. I think her hands just flapper kung fu. She's a kung fu girl. That's it. I think her hands are weird. I also don't like her eyes.
She's supposed to be like the like kung fu, like the kung fu warrior. Like there's a specific name for it, but like the kung fu female warrior from like a lot of action movies.
Right.
I agree. I don't really like the hands. The hands are kind of jarring compared to the rest of the design. It almost feels like her arms should match her legs a little bit.
Yeah.
I understand why they're so big because the what's it called? The Kempo style of martial arts does utilize a lot of like palm thrusts and breaks. So it's like, oh, we'll just emphasize the hands. Cool. Doesn't match the rest of the design you made, though. Big yaoi hands, yeah.
Absolute big yaoi hands. I would put her in eh.
I'd put her in eh, too. I actually think the big eyes are cute. I feel like it's probably supposed to, like, harken back to anime a little bit. But, yeah, I'm not fucking with the... Yeah. There's too much inconsistent with the design for me to like really like it.
Agree. This one, I think, is it Bottom Flash? Is it this one? Let's see. Yeah, Bottom Flash. Bottom Flash. Firefly. That's it. Really? This cute. Honestly, it's kind of cute. I like the little. I like the colors. I think it looks cute. As a big face.
I like that its lower body looks like a lantern.
Yeah, because it's a firefly, so yeah, it does make sense.
I'd put it in cute. It's cute.
I agree. Pretty adorable.
It's adorbs.
This one is one of the I believe one of the first ones in the Medarot S. I'm not sure. She's called Olindias, and she's a jellyfish. She's so pretty. Honestly, super pretty. Also, ads are gonna happen in 2 minutes if you want to take a break soon.
I could take the 3-minute break. But I think we can critique this design in 2 minutes because I think we're on the same boat with it. I think super cute. I think it is. This is one of those designs that I would look at and be like aesthetic. Like there's just an aesthetic about it. It sticks with it. It's very easily identifiable. It's not too cluttered. It's not too simple. And she's kind of got this allure about her. I wouldn't necessarily call it sexy, but I can see that it has like some of those themes in it, like some of the cute and it's like cute and sexy. Honestly, very least good design, but I can also maybe see knocking it up to Badassatron. What are you thinking?
Honestly, Badassatron, I agree.
Yeah.
Very pretty and badass.
Definitely one of the more badass presenting designs we've seen so far.
All right, so as happen in less than a minute, if you wish to take a break.
I will go use the bathroom, and I shall be back and get some water, and I shall be back in 3 minutes.
Alrighty, see you then.
Yeah.
See you, Calabites, in 3 minutes. Thank you, Uncle Phil, as always. Yeah, welcome back. We return to judging some more designs. So this one is literally a Christmas tree, and the name is Mary Cree. That's just Mary Cree. That's it.
That's cute. I'm still like caught off guard sometimes about how popular Christmas is in Japan.
Right?
Like, it's a whole thing over in Japan. I think because they treat it more like, because Christmas is tied very much into like religion over here in America, but I feel like they treat it more as like a general overall celebration over there, which is nice. And it's led to some of my favorite episodes in anime revolve around Christmas.
Here it says that the type is fur, F-I-R. What is a fur?
What is a fur? A fir is a type of tree.
Oh.
It is specifically, it's a type of pine tree.
Okay.
So I think he's just supposed to be, and some of those fir do look like Christmas trees. So I think he's just supposed to be a fir. I think he's just supposed to be a fir tree, decorated as a Christmas tree.
All right. Yeah, I would say he's not really my favorite. Honestly, I feel pretty about it. But at the same time, it really goes hard on the theme.
But this is kind of like the weird thing where if someone gave this to me and it's like, this is your Medabot now, I would be very disappointed. I'd be very disappointed because I like Christmas, not that much. I would say too, but it's. I feel bad putting in an because it's like you've committed to what you are. Like there's no confusion about what you are. It's not a bad design. But I'm not gonna. But it feels like I'm lying to myself if I say you were a good design. Kind of. Right.
Nah. All right. Have a good one, Solus. Thank you so much for hanging out. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. He gets super powerful during Christmas time.
Right.
If that is true, that would also be very disappointing because then like you could only battle and do shit on Christmas one time a year.
So the next one, funnily enough, just happens. Well, she was debuted in Medabots S. These two are basically the same, except for whatever reason they gave the VTubers of the channel updated designs, and it's basically the first one is Lealila, and then you have Lealila 2, and there's now Lealila 3. So they just keep getting new models, but they just keep adding a number to it for some reason. I don't know why the typing appears as schoolgirl, when she's a Learjet, apparently. She looks like a plane, you know? She has like plane elements to her.
Is she based on a VTuber?
No, she is a VTuber. Like
is a VTuber.
Yes.
Okay. I could see that. I can definitely see where like the VTuber inspiration comes from. I know some VTubers that look just like this. I like it. I like them both. I'm not really sure which one I like more.
I definitely like 2 more. Like the one on the right is Lealila 2. I like her a lot more because she has a hood around her head, and just I think that's so cute. It's an improvement. Her sleeves are round while they're very harsh and pointy in the first one. She also has hands, while in the first one she does not. So I think the second one is a clear improvement on the first, for sure.
I do agree on that. I like the making blue kind of the centerpiece of the design actually helps all of the other colors pop more. Having hands increases the practicality of it. It's weird that like making the design more humanoid improved it, I think. Yeah, and Shin in chat is like, it looks like she's wearing a baggy hoodie, and I kind of like that. Honestly.
Yeah, I love baggy hoodies, so that's also why it sold so much for me. They're both cutie patooties, but I prefer Lealila 2 for sure. I don't know the design for Lealila 3. I would have to go through maybe the Medabots Twitter. I can check real quick because I know their Twitter handle. Medabots. Fortunately, it is safe to go through their Twitter because it's a business Twitter. So, yeah, she has like pointier ears. There's 3 VTubers in the series. Shushu Pop is also one of the VTubers. I'm trying to see if they have a full view of Lealila 3. Do they have a full... God, look at her! I love Shushu Pop 3 so much! Oh my god, look at her! Look at them boots!
Wow.
Look at them boots!
That's a good design.
Oh,
Those
I love it.
boots are made for walking.
Girl, where... Okay, that's Shushu Pop. Is this... No, that's Phoenix. Lealila 3. Where are you, Lealila 3? Oh, they retweeted some art. Yeah, you can't really see all of it, but there's also Cheerful Bunny. These are 3 VTubers. They're the VTubers of the series.
Aww.
Yeah,
I will say this. I'm surprised we don't have more... I'm sure they're out there, but I'm surprised we don't have more popular VTuber designs that take from this design aesthetic.
I agree.
Know what I mean? Like I want to see more like almost robot inspired VTubers like this, but like anime bouncy and expressive robots.
Like me.
Yeah, like you. No, honestly, like you definitely have one of the more unique designs and presentations of a lot of VTubers that I follow.
Man, are they like allergic to showing full body pictures of the VTubers? Christ.
I think they know that like the main selling point is the cute face.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the.
This isn't like the furry
seems to be
community where you
more-
can show off the beans and get like a bunch of views, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm having trouble. This is a cheerful buddy. She has gigantic twin tails. It's very cute. And where's Leolila 3? Jesus. They had a bunch of collabs too. Just wanted to see you, Leolila 3. And they somehow don't seem to want to show her. They also retweet a lot of their own shit. Yeah, well, yeah,
Is her
I
version
don't
3 not
know.
available? Could we just find it if you type it in Google Images?
No, because you know, she has a Japanese name. It would be Diarida, I think. Diarida, maybe this. Okay. That's the evolution of her. She has a more cat-like design and a third iteration, but has like something around her. So each of the VTubers have 3 iterations of their designs. You have Shushu Pop. She goes from what is it called? From a conductor to like just a rock star or something. And you have Cheerful Bunny. And you have alternate colors for them. So yeah, that's I think that's the closest we're gonna get of Leolila 3. Do you see her?
Yeah, I see it. I'm looking at the screen. It is version 3. So we see the first 2 versions here on the list. Is version 3 on the list at all? Or is that too recent?
No, it's too recent. I don't know how often the person updates the tier list, but it's somewhat updated. But yeah, there's still some bots missing. So for Leolila, do you agree that they're both cutie patooties, or would you like them to be in another category?
I'd say putting them both in cutie patootie is good.
This is like, what the hell am I looking at? That's really just Jirasu. I think that's the. Yeah, that's what it is. Jirasu is a frilled lizard. Oh my god, it's a frilled lizard. I love frilled lizards because they think they're so menacing, but they're just pogging at you and opening their frills. Have you seen those videos of the lizards just climbing? Oh my god. They have like little frills around their neck, and they're completely harmless, but they want to appear big, so they just climb onto your leg and they're like
That's really funny.
Yeah, they're a frilled lizard. I keep seeing videos of them climbing on people's legs and just pretending to be really menacing when they're just so funny. There's nothing scary about them ever.
It's really adorable.
They're
sorry.
so cute.
I put like hand sanitizer on, and like the smell of it like just went right into my nostrils.
Ooh. Ouch. Yeah, that's not fun.
No, that's my own fault when I got out of the bathroom. It's always really adorable when something very small and like non-threatening tries to be very tough and like
they're so
puff
funny.
its chest out almost.
They're just like pogging at you. They're like, "Wow, like look at me, I'm so scary. I'm scary. Go away." Honestly, I love for as much as I love for lizards. This thing is what the fuck am I looking at? Because I don't see it. It just looks stupid. Blech.
Yeah, I would say. Wait, would you put it in or would you put it in kill it with fire?
No, I would put it in or what the hell am I looking at? I would put it in what the hell am I looking at?
Put in what the hell am I looking at? I'm not really sure. Even knowing what it's based off of, I'm like, where do you see that in the design?
Yeah, I barely see it at all. This guy, well, I have a serious hatred for this stupid flower because of the anime.
What the hell?
Not only, he's called charged seeds, and it's just a flower. Those who watch the Japanese version of the anime with me know. So they downplayed it in the a little trivia here. They downplayed it in the dub because I guess it was just too traumatizing. I don't know. So the premise of the episode is that there's this teacher at the Iki school that a lot of people admire because she's pretty, she plays the piano, she's a woman, people just like, whoa, she's so pretty, she's so good at piano. Then she often goes to this florist and buys flowers, and the florist just likes her a lot. He just has a crush on her, but he's too shy to ask her out. So he just kind of doesn't do anything about it. And that big teacher from the school, the Coach Mountain, the exercise guy. You remember, like one big muscle man from the show?
The big muscle guy, yeah.
He's basically a macho man kind of guy, and he just likes to hear himself talk, and he also is down bad for this woman, and is constantly trying to get her to give him that kind of attention. So, because the florist is so shy about asking her out, his Medabot, charged seeds, this stupid flower right here, takes it upon himself to pretend to be him and to pretend to be his owner to get the teacher to talk to him. And eventually things kind of spiral out of control, and the Medabot grows a crush on her and starts stalking her.
Okay.
It's so scary. But it's so awful. And then they find out it's him, and he just kidnaps her. And because everybody wants to date this woman, and he just loses it and is like, "Fuck you guys, I'm taking her," and just like fucking ties her up and takes her to the greenhouse, and just he sucks. And I don't know what the fuck went through. It just fucking sucks ass. I hate it so much. It's just an awful episode. So I just have some serious hatred for this thing, and I will gladly put it in Kill It With Fire, just for that alone.
But I would not have anticipated that backstory from this design at all. I don't remember this episode at all either. It might have been one of the ones that I missed.
Because they downplayed it in the dub. They didn't, they made it so, I just enjoyed our friendship and whatnot, and basically he just pretended to call her, and turns out that he was spying in the peephole to look inside the house, was just being weirdly cryptid about it, and just gave me all kinds of ick.
Let's Kill It With Fire. I'm not particularly attached to this design. I actually think it's kind of ugly, so I'm perfectly fine with putting in the Kill It With Fire category.
Fucking die.
To appease
Seriously.
that disgust.
I am so disgusted by its charged seeds. Christ. Fuck you. Yeah, that really did escalate. Yeah, it quite did, yes. Tries to be a good wingman, turns into a stalker. Absolutely. He just pretends he just tries to be this guy's wingman, and just everything goes out of control. Like, oh, I really enjoyed our friendship. Just they would start writing to each other, and she thought she was talking to a person, but no, it was the fucking robot.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So this one,
these are all fairies.
Pastel Fairy, this one, appears in the anime too. She belongs to the widow, if you remember a widow in the anime, the one that was too attached to the tree.
Right, I didn't know she had a Medabot, but she loved nature. So I guess her having like a little fairy.
No, that's not it. So like the tree, she's a widow. The tree was basically raised by her late husband's. So she just has a serious attachment to this tree because it's basically something she's holding dear in memory of her husband, her late husband. And she just so happens to have this bot, but it's not really for nature. It's just for her husband. She doesn't let him go. She's constantly holding on to the memories, and yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, it's a pretty sad episode.
Aww.
Yeah, just a fairy.
I could see all three of these fairies being put into a cutie patootie.
Yeah, the blue one reminds me of Rosalina a little bit.
I could see that. And I think the green one is kind of Tinkerbell inspired. They all have kind of the same face a little bit.
They do.
But I think there's just enough variation in the body to, like, I can just kind of chalk that up to, oh, they're kind of from the same series. So there's enough differences for me to be like, okay, it kind of reminds me of watching the Tinkerbell movies, which were weirdly popular. And it's like, oh, you're all just kind of different shades of Tinkerbell. Like the models, like the animation models all look kind of the same, just with different hairstyles and skin textures. But I like them. I think they're all cute. I think it's very hard to mess up like a fairy design.
No, absolutely. And Sneak, yes, she was mute in the Japanese original, but for whatever reason, kids cannot handle a mute character, so they made her say things, very simple things, but they still gave her a voice for some reason. There was no need, but
I think it helps that she doesn't have a mouth, so it was very easy to dub over. There was a philosophy when it came to like late 90s and early 2000s dubbing, where it's like there cannot be any silence in the show. Everybody needs to talk, and music always needs to be playing. Like that was a thing. I'm glad we are well past that. But
me too.
It's funny that I'm like, a part of me is like, that was really dumb. Kids should be able to handle silence and stuff like that. But then I look at like the stuff that kids are into today, and it's just constant noise. And I'm like, maybe they weren't wrong necessarily, but also like
it just destroys the tone of the scene by always having either talking music, or because Medabots really runs with that. Medabots just suffers from there is not a single quiet moment in the show. There's always sound effects or music or people talking. Medabi, as funny as he is, as much as I love his voice, he just never shuts up. He's always interjecting, always saying something. Like people are talking, and between the pauses of people talking, he's just saying, yeah, for sure. Like, please, a moment of quiet. Shut the fuck up.
I do think that like all media needs those moments. It's kind of the reason why I don't like Illumination movies, because it feels like that's all they are. It's all noise. It's the dangling the keys in front of the kids to keep them entertained, and you cannot have a moment of silence. I think that was one of my biggest problems with like the Mario movie, because there's like one moment where the characters are like quiet in that movie. It's like when Peach and Mario are talking by the tree,
and that's it.
Right.
The rest of the movie is all talking, all insert songs. It's like noise, and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired. Like, maybe that says more about like my disconnect from kids these days, but it's like, I agree. I agree that philosophy kind of should have died back then, and it sucks that it still has kind of persisted in different ways today.
Yeah, I don't know, just it really does destroy the mood of a lot of scenes, downplays them a lot. A lot of scenes in Medabots, in the original versus the dub, it's like a night and day. It feels like a different anime, almost.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Sometimes something as simple as like music choice can affect the overall tone and pacing of an episode. And it really does suck. Especially when, like you said, I do think some of the performances in the Medabots dub do hold up. Like, I like a lot of the voice choices for the characters. But it does come down to... Also, I think Medabots might have been, like, the first anime dub that had, like, a black lead in its dub.
Maybe. No idea.
Like Medabi, that would have been... That was kind of interesting.
Jomotiki, yes.
It does suck that like that the overall tone of the show suffered because of that damn dubbing philosophy back then, which again I'm glad we don't really see any of that anymore. But it's some of those shows I'm nostalgic for, like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and stuff like that, but others it's like no, I'm glad that we're past that. Now I'm looking forward to these designs because yes, I love Full Metal Panic.
I guess that's where it's from. I do not recognize any of them, so maybe that's it, I guess.
Full Metal Panic is an anime where it's sort of a mech anime. It's weird. The premise of the show is that there is a high school girl that needs protection because she's got like this like latent ability in her brain that other countries other countries want. So they're like, okay, we need to give her a bodyguard. We have like there's like this one kid that was raised in the military that just happens to be high school age, but he's never been in a high school before. Let's put him in high school and he can be her bodyguard. And it's sort of a mecha, sort of a war show, sort of a romantic comedy. It plays with a lot of different genres. It plays with a lot of different genres, and there are even like different seasons that specifically lean into those genres. Like there's one season that is just the slice of life comedy stuff, and honestly, it's some of the best slapstick I think I've ever seen in anime. Because this guy, he just does not know how normal life works. All he knows is how to view things from the scope of everything is for the sake of the mission, and I will do my best to carry out my mission. But he's also like learning what it means to like be a normal teenager, and he develops a romance with the girl. But when he goes out into the field, these are the mechas that they use. I don't think they have a specific name, but they are mechs with advanced AI that do communicate with the pilots. And they do have like a specific drive that basically lets them have like enhanced abilities depending on who's piloting them.
Okay.
So this first mech is the mech, I forget what it's called, but it's the mech of the main character. And it's really cool, honestly. There's nothing like overly like special or advanced about them compared to the Evas. A lot of it comes down to the fact that they are mechs that use practical weapons and military tactics in order to get by. And yeah, I really like them. I also just really like the series. It sucks that the series is very popular in Japan, but I don't think it became popular enough through its anime adaptations to like get additional seasons. It's based on a light novel series. Yeah, they did steal like the synchronization idea between the pilots and the mechs from Evangelion, but like they're not as powerful as the mechs in Evangelion. So the first one specializes in like close quarters combat with like knives. The second one is a sniper, and the third one I don't think ever made an appearance in the anime. But so I don't know too much about it, but I do know it belongs to like one of the warring factions that they go up against. So it's so interesting seeing that these guys turned into Medabots, because they are definitely more complicated designs compared to other Medabots, to the point where I just kind of see them as chibi versions of the mechs that they were in the show. I would probably put the first here. Let me ask you, strictly off of design sense, because I know all the backstory and lore, but strictly from a design sense, what do you think of these three?
I unfortunately don't care about any of them. They don't stand out in any particular way. They're just kind of like, you know, they're very bland mechs for me.
Yeah, that is kind of one of the things that holds it back a little bit. The first mech does look like a stripped down version of like the 00 Gundam model. And I love 00. You can definitely see that they took, it's one of those things where you see where the inspiration is if you watch a lot of other mecha, but because of that, there isn't anything distinct about their designs that stands out on their own.
Yeah.
Compared to like compare this to the Evas that we saw. Those were at least distinct and unique in their color choice and a lot of like the angular armor that embodied them. And they translated well from like a semi-organic design to a fully mechanized one. This was already fully mechanized, and it's like they just scaled down that design. Trying to put my own personal bias aside about the show, because I do love it, I will admit that like the designs of everything is definitely not one of its strong suits. The characters in the comedy was definitely a strong suit of the show, not so much the mech battles. So I'm fine putting them in like the or like practical category, because they get the job done. In fact, they probably fit in the practical category, considering that like, oh, they're just military bots. But that's all they are.
Sure, they can go there, but yeah. I'm a less is more type of gal where I prefer simpler designs because they just communicate more with less. I find them just more appealing in general. Is this also from the same anime? This, whatever this is? The Meat Pummeler?
No, not at all.
No?
I don't know where that's from. No, that's way too cartoony for that show.
Okay, well, I don't know what the fuck that is.
That looks like a Medabot, is it not one?
It is, I guess. I don't know. I don't recognize the design.
I guess it's supposed to be based off of a meat tenderizer?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, like the meat tenderizer. Iron Chef?
Why does he have tenderizers for fists? Tenderize the meat.
Yeah, I guess that's a practical function of him. He tenderizes your meat. There you go.
I do not want him tenderizing my meat, honestly. That sounds. I'll do that myself. Thank you very much.
So this is from that animation. Because
this is not from the anime. The other three mechs are from. I don't know.
Well,
this looks like something that would be in Medabots.
Like Iron Chef. I don't know what Iron Chef is.
Iron Chef it's a show over here in America. It's a cooking show run by Gordon Ramsay, where it's like
Iron Chef. Is that from Gordon Ramsay? I've never heard of a show called Iron Chef.
Or am I thinking of Iron Kitchen?
think you're thinking about either Kitchen Nightmares or, Hell's Kitchen. I think that's what you're thinking of.
I'm thinking of the Japanese show Iron Chef. There is a Japanese show called Iron Chef. I'm confusing like multiple names. I was confusing Master Chef with Iron Chef in my brain.
I would either put this in or what the hell am I looking at?
I'd say I think I know exactly what we're looking at. It's just not good.
Yeah. I believe this one is like an ice skater. Okay, Pestle Fairy, Twinkle, Star Shiny Star. Gimban Fairy. What is this one? Yeah, Gimban Fairy. Looks like a figure skater to me. Gimban Fairy, exactly, yeah, figure skater. Yeah, she's a figure skater.
On her arms.
Mm-hmm. And her legs too.
And she's got boobs.
Yep.
It's always funny when I always find it very funny when designers will just emphasize the breasts of like the model a little bit. Because sometimes they'll just do like a chest plate. Other times it's I think this is supposed to be based off of, like you said, it's based off of like women figure skaters.
Yeah, it's a figure skater. Yep.
It makes sense that they would kind of emphasize the more like human anatomy. I put this in Cutie Patootie.
Yeah. Pretty cute.
Pretty cute. And the next one looks like it's based off of.
She's a magical girl. Yeah, she's a magical girl. She's called a.
This is just straight up card captors, isn't she?
Yeah, Fancy Roll. That's her name. Fancy Roll. At first, when I first saw her, she her headpiece looked like one of those hairstyler those salon hair dryers, those?
Oh, like the ones you would sit in and they would kind of cover your head.
But it's kind of like a plane too, because she appears in the anime in the 3rd season, and she appears much more scary. And they kind of made her a little dark, and they made her have a cloak around her, and she had like paint dripping down her face, so it looked like she had bloody eyes. So you can only see like the little holes in there. Yeah, she was quite badass in that iteration. Let's see, Fossil Cat. Maybe I can. Yeah, she just new tab. There you go. Yeah, see? I
kind of fuck with that. Oh, hit my mic. Interesting. I would never have guessed that just strictly based off of her design. I'm pretty sure she's specifically a reference to Cardcaptor Sakura.
Maybe? I don't know.
Because you mentioned the big headpiece. Sakura has like a big pink hat in some of her like more famous costumes. And the little yellow mascot this robot has looks like Keroro from Cardcaptor Sakura.
Sure.
I think she's cute. If we saw more of like the dark design, I would almost kind of push it up to like badass in a way.
Yeah, but this one is just cutie patootie for this one.
Yeah, it's just cute.
Yeah. Lots of cutie patooties. Damn.
A lot of cutie patooties.
This one is, I think it's also Fancy Ale, also Magical Girl. I think she's a part of the same series. Also very cute, not much to add other than cute.
Agreed.
How about you?
I do like that there's more going on with these designs.
They're more recent too.
Yeah, it's definitely following more of the recent design philosophies. I kind of like the one on the right a bit more. I like the witch's hat that she's got going with the
I have the model too for this one. She's called Fancy Pearl, you know, because of all the pearls she has.
I like that she has a cannon that it looks like she's shooting out a ball version of her magical girl companion. That's like a really funny like play on the whole thing. This is kind of the tricky thing because the designs are cute, but I kind of want to put them. I kind of want to put the one on the left in good design and the one on the right in like badass, actually.
I find them both just cute.
Like I could see them going in any of those three categories, so I'm fine with putting them in cute. I just like that there was more going on here compared to like a lot of the other like more cutesy designs.
Oh, for sure, yeah, for sure. I'll put them in cute.
Yeah.
Lots of cutes. I'm not sure if this one is in the list or not. I'm not sure. I think this is a transformation. Looks like a phoenix to me. Yes.
About that design. Like specifically, the transformation is him being upside down.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, really. Garuda.
Oh, he's a Garuda.
He's a Garuda. Yep. Looks like a phoenix to me, but what is a Garuda?
A Garuda is a Hindi deity who is primarily depicted as the mount of the Hindu god Vishura. So basically, think of it like the Indian version of the phoenix, except he's sort of used as like a messenger.
Okay.
For like the main Hindu gods.
All right.
It popped up in a lot of like Buddhist in a lot of Buddhist philosophy as well.
Gotcha.
The design is just interesting because like it's just him upside down.
Yeah, and like kind of more split apart to make room for the fire and you know.
Is it weird that I kind of like the non-transform design more?
I do too. It's more round and cute. I like it a lot, and the transform design just looks emaciated. I don't know. It just looks emaciated.
It's kind of the meme of like they massacred my boy.
Look how they massacred my boy. Kelly, how what's up?
I'd put the first one in like good design, maybe the second one in what the hell am I looking at?
True, I agree. Cool, a sign. And what the Jeffrey's on fire. Ew.
Oh my god. Jeffrey's on fire.
Ew. I don't know what this is. What am I looking at, really?
That looks cool, but I also do not know what I am looking at.
Yeah, it looks really cool, but what? Twiners, thank you so much for the 11 months. Appreciate it.
Woo!
Tier 3 too. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah.
Is this
truly don't know.
Did this make an appearance in the anime?
No.
He looks like a final boss.
He looks so out of place. I don't know what the hell this is, but yeah. What? I would put him in badass still, even though I have no idea what I'm looking at. He's still badass.
Agreed. Like the rule of he's cool. The rule of cool is doing a lot for him.
Very spiky.
Very spiky, very angular, very evil looking.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's kind of the design you look at and your first instinct is, I don't know what the hell you are, but you are cool.
Yeah, absolutely. This one,
And then just going from that to this, just a
apparently this is a clownfish, even though it looks like those, you know, those goldfish with the little bumps. That's what it looks like to me, or a beta fish.
or even a koi fish. I'm not getting
Oh,
clownfish
yeah.
from this
Ow.
at all.
Yeah, this is not a clownfish. What the fuck? It's just silly. He's just
It's
silly.
especially
I
weird
would put him in
because
good design just because silly.
I'll concede to that. It feels weird that it's supposed to be based on a clownfish, where I'm like, that's not a Japanese fish at all. Like,
Yeah, his name is Chucky. He's just Chucky. No,
the bot's
she's
name is
actually
Chucky?
Chucky.
her name is Chucky. Huh.
Her name is Chucky. So silly.
God. So silly. Yeah, put in good design just for
Ow.
silly. I'm fine with
Clownfish
that.
because she's so silly. These are part of a band, these three, as you can see, guitar, drums, or bass, drums and guitar, something like that.
Does the
They
drummer
have
have
kind
4
of
hands?
dumb. No, I think these are just part of the drums.
They look like they had fingers.
Yeah, it does. I agree. They have kind of stupid names.
Okay.
Their names are Slap Beat, Blast Beat, and Fret Beat. Bass player, drummer,
Fret
and guitar
beat?
player. Fret Beat is the guitar player.
Okay.
It's too bad that you don't get to see, because she has they have skirts like you can see it on the first one, just the little rocker girl skirt. The third one also has it, and I really like the way it looks on her because I've seen her model. Just very cute.
They're very like schoolgirl coded, and I think that's kind of the point. It's giving very, you know, those anime where like the schoolgirls are like, we're gonna make a band.
Yeah, pretty much that's what it is.
I think they're all cute. I wish I could see like more angles of the designs. Like you said, like some things are obscured.
So
like,
apparently their names are based off of notes, named after notes in music.
Oh, okay. Like a fret beat, a slap beat. Okay, I don't know why I didn't piece that together.
I didn't even know the names of those things, but yeah.
I know a little bit because my dad is a bass player.
Gotcha.
But I'd say they're all cute. I put them all in the cute category personally.
Yeah, honestly, I agree.
Yeah. It's nice to have like a set based around a theme like that. Like these three are in a band. I'm like, that's cool. I could see that being like a gimmick or a whole episode in the show itself.
There's the one from the band too. I'm not sure why she's not together with the others, but this one I think is the guitar player. That's what it looks like to me. Looks like guitar.
Yeah.
Also cute, right? Don't you agree?
Also cute. Yeah, same design philosophy. I like her.
Yeah.
Honestly, she might be my favorite of the 4. Personally.
This guy, Gobenke, that's his name. Yeah, Gobenke. He's a Benkei. Well, yeah, thanks. He's an asshole in the anime. I love how much of an asshole he is. He's just like, I'm here to do my job. And then, you remember the big guy from the Rubber Robo Gang, like the one that was usually dumb? He actually happened to have really huge lips. That's one of his features. But he was like really muscular and tall. And he was just the dumb one of the group. He was
Yep,
the idiot.
I remember him.
He had this guy, and he just was not very bright, and he told this guy, Gobenke, to stay in place because we need to wait for Iki. And then suddenly things changed, and Gobenke was like, I don't feel like moving. He was like such a little bitch, and I love that about him.
He's just petty. Like,
He's
the dude's
such
decked
an
out in all of his
asshole.
weapons.
And
he's just a
Medabots, for
dick.
whatever reason, grew a crush on the fucking bridge or something because of Karen, just started talking really highly about the bridge. And Medabots was like, whoa, I love this bridge! Because he said he preferred the Golden Gate, and then he changed his mind. This wasn't a dub, by the way. Of course. And he just, Gobenke just blew up part of the bridge, and Medabots was like, watch the bridge! And he's like I care. Yeah, Sea Slug.
I do like the design. I know what historical figure he's supposed to be based off of. Benkei was like a very, very popular Japanese warrior that was like known for like carrying a bunch of weapons, sometimes the weapons of the people that he killed, and just was a menace on the battlefield. I like that he is sort of a petty asshole in the show. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, he is.
This guy's been adapted a lot in Japanese media. I think there's even like Yu-Gi-Oh cards based off of him.
Why they made him fall in love with the bridge? Oh no, that wasn't it wasn't Benkei falling in love with the bridge, it was Medabots. But Gobenke is the one that didn't care about destroying the bridge.
And yeah, he's usually portrayed as like either carrying a lot of weapons or having a lot of weapons like stabbing out of his body, because he had like a badass death on the battlefield, like standing up with his like fist up, stabbed by like multiple weapons all over his body. Went out like a G. I would probably put him in good design. Maybe badass design? I don't know. What do you think?
I would put him in good design, honestly. I don't have a particular feeling of badassery coming from him, but he's cool. He's all right, you know?
He is cool.
Yeah. Just a heads up, by the way. How much longer can you go on for? Because ads are gonna happen in like 4 minutes, and then the 4 hours will have gone by. What would you like to do?
I want to keep going, but I know there's no way that, like, unless I stayed up all night, are we putting more of a dent in this. I am fine for coming back at another time if you are.
Of course,
I'm
absolutely down.
This is going to be like our thing for a while, it looks like.
Yeah, we still have plenty of bots. I just want to make sure, because I'm still going to be up for a few hours, but I know, like, you had a really huge stream recently, and you probably had other things to do, so, you know, just want to make sure that, you know.
I had the 12-hour stream yesterday, and today I had a shorter stream, just kind of going over and being very sentimental about things because it was like the end of the year.
Yeah.
Which I only just realized that the stream was unlisted, so it's listed now. So in case you missed it, you can actually watch it now.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to set that as a default in case, like, because copyright is always annoying on Twitch sometimes. But
you don't know how to set up. You don't know how to set up the tracks thing, because you can do that.
No, I do know how to set it up now. I just do that to be safe because there are some games that still will have copyrighted music in them, like if you play Kingdom Hearts, for example.
Kingdom Hearts is a pain.
Like, it's very weird what tracks they allow to play on Twitch and which tracks they don't.
Yep.
Like, I had to have Sunny in chat with me being in my stream last time, be like, hey, when we get to this world, you're gonna have to mute the music because all the music in this world is copyrighted. I'm like, fuck, thanks, Disney. So I'm fine with, like, kind of stopping here. You can continue your stream, and we'll coordinate another time for when we can do this again. I think as long as it's like a weekend, like a Saturday, like a Friday or Saturday, I could stay up late around this time and continue for like another 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, I usually stream around weekends now. I have concentrated my 4 days of streaming per week around weekends. so that more people can tune in and, you know, all that fun stuff. So definitely I'm down to continuing this.
Yeah, I have fun. This is a lot of fun. I have fun with you, fam.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
No, of course. And we will talk later about the next time we can coordinate this.
Hell yeah. Although if we don't see each other until then, Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Happy New Year, Callie. And Callie's chat, thank you so much for being so kind. Please continue to support this amazing robot VTuber, both for the rest of this year and into the new year, because again, still one of the more unique and interesting people that I get the pleasure of watching, being friends with, and I'm looking forward to what new stuff you have planned for the new year.
Hell yeah, let me give you one final shout out here. Mechanic. Nah, let me snooze the ads here for a little bit. There you go, everybody. Please be sure to go follow Bolts if you enjoyed them being here, talking about all kinds of stuff, especially retro anime and all. Please do give them a follow. Absolutely worth your while. Do it, or you know, you might wind up dead. You know, there is a threat to your life.
A blatant threat.
Absolutely.
I like how it started off very casual, like, you know, go follow them. You might learn some stuff, or you know, you just might end up dead if you don't follow them. Like,
exactly. What's your usual schedule? Do you have one, or do you just stream whenever you can?
I try to stick to a usual schedule. Right now, my schedule is very much Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Fridays, I stream at about 5 p.m. EST for a couple hours, whereas the weekends, I stream around 2 p.m. EST because I try to make up for the lack of streams during the week with longer streams because I have a day job and, you know, I do a bunch of other content on other platforms like scripted videos, and I do a little bit of voice acting, and I have my hands in a lot of different cookie jars. And also, since I'm planning some big things for 2025, I have to do a lot of off-stream stuff to prep. But I'm very excited for a lot of what we have planned for 2025. And yeah, if anything that we've talked about, like whether it's the retro stuff that we've talked about, or if you just want to see someone like goof off and go crazy reacting to stuff or playing old games, give a follow. I'd really appreciate it. I think I'm actually almost at like 1,900 followers, and that'd be a cool number to end the year on.
Get them to 2,000. Let's go.
But Callie, again, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, and
thanks for being here and for giving me your time. Take care and have a good rest of your night.
I will. I'm gonna go to sleep because it's like 2 in the morning.
Oh yeah, enjoy. Have a good night. Sleep well.
Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, everybody. Hold on, let me real quick. Ooh, there you go. Oh man, that was fun, wasn't it? Y'all enjoy? Do you have a good time with Bolts? I sure did. I'm not really gonna stream more because you know, I need to recharge as well because I'm the big tired, and I also need to preserve battery life. I need to preserve battery life for New Year's because it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be something. Not only am I gonna stream, but I'm also gonna partake in Zone's New Year thing. So I definitely need to preserve energy until then. Yeah, I had a good time. Why are you crying? I'm not gonna be gone for that long. It's just that, you know, not gonna stream on the 30th, but I'll be live on the 31st, right before my own New Year. You know, it's gonna be on the 31st at like 11. That's when I'm gonna try to be live. Let's see who's streaming though. Let me see, I don't think... Just gonna put this in Bolt's chat. There you go. And now I am checking who the fuck is live at this hour. Oh my god, Will is live. So is Smuggers. How long has Smuggers is going on for? He's been live for 3 hours. Oh man.
Just an announcement. 60 seconds.
My lovely girl. Okay, well. Well, I see you there, Rage. Do you think they're about to end or something? Do you think they're about to end? Or do you think they're still gonna go for a while? Otherwise, you know, there's other people. Just speak they're doing a collab, but I don't know. Yeah, well, I guess we just can go for Smuggers. Either way, let me just snooze ads for a little bit longer, because, you know. Let's do that. Yeah, thank you, Uncle Phil. Thank you. Always so kind and just fucking the stream. Yeah, I know he's doing a collab. Yeah. Thank you everybody so much for being here today and for being kind to Bolts. We had a few hiccups, but it's all right. They've been taken care of. So yeah, I had a good time. I'll still be awake for quite a few hours, so I'll probably just be playing Pal World, honestly, or just vibing a little bit. I have a little bit of a headache, so that's fun, and that's always fun to deal with, you know. But yeah, I'll be chilling until I go to sleep. I might go into VC for the VIPs. I might. I'm still debating on it because you know, got a headache. But yeah, I'll see y'all on the 31st to celebrate my new year, so the UTC midnight. So tune in and let's have fun. I'll try to get my hands on some alcoholic beverages to increase the fun. You are welcome to join me in doing so. You can do it or not. Please do not feel pressure to do so. It's just that I'm gonna do it myself. Of course, do so responsibly. I don't want to, because, you know, it's very important. It's very important to be responsible with that kind of stuff. Socials right here. So you got a Twitter and Blue Sky for daily posts. There's a VODs channel, a channel for shorts, clip compilations, and highlights. So, you know, now that one has a good hefty amount of content that goes into it relatively frequently. TikTok and Instagram mirror the shorts that also go on YouTube, Blue Sky, and Twitter. So, you know, follow me on all of those. And of course, please do not forget the raid message. I know it displays a little weird for Medabots, but if you are a follower, you will see it properly. Alright everybody, enjoy the videos, take care, and please give Smuggers all the love. Bye bye! See you on the 31st!
Wow! Will, check out the talent! She's cool! She's hot! She's...